Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And we are here to fuck you up.
Let us love you down. Even if it takes all night.
Oh.
And now
How the hell are you guys?
Songs.
Hey, we're just doing movie news and shooting the shit and hanging out tonight. But that doesn't mean if we don't come up with a good Friday night fights, we won't throw it in the poll, or that we won't throw you a poll, or that
Everybody
we won't take a poll ourselves.
Polling. Yeah. I was reading about, I didn't know this was true, but, so I only got on the subject. Sylvester Stallone is getting divorced from his wife after 25 years.
Allegedly.
I know, but he also covered up a tattoo of her face with his late dog. The other thing
they said though that what happened was he went to get it touched up and he fucked it up, so he had to cover it up.
I know that's what they're saying. Did you read the same People magazine article that I did?
I must have.
Stop stealing my subscriptions. But no, well, it was. I didn't know that the dog Butt Kiss was actually his real dog.
I think he just because that dog. What was that movie like 70?
No. In the photo in the piece they showed a picture. He shared it on Instagram. It was 1971. It was him and a puppy. It was Butkus, which appeared in Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. And he said, they were both like skinny and starving and they didn't have any money. And he said he eventually had to sell the dog because he couldn't afford food. And he said after Rocky 1 took off and it did really well, or the screenplay, after he sold the screenplay, he said he got enough money to go buy him back, the Butt-Kiss dog. And he said that the piece of shit that he sold it to knew that so Stallone was desperate for the dog back and charged him $15,000, which he paid to get his dog back. Yeah.
But that's not the same dog today, because that dog would be 50 years old.
Dog, Butt-Kiss died in 81 of a heart attack. But that was the dog in Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. That was his dog.
I was going to say, damn, that dog looks young as fuck. That's like the Keanu Reeves of dogs.
Yeah, or the Nicolas Cage vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did read that though, which sucks, man. Stallone's been going through it, dude. All the stuff with Rocky 4 that went on, with him like going after them and wanting to get the rights and then making Creed 3 without him, which fuck that movie, dude. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't usually do shit like that when it comes to movies. I'm not like, who gives a shit if you're gonna boycott it? But when it comes to Creed 3, man, that's Rocky's fucking franchise. That's Stallone's franchise. That's just wrong. You know what I mean? They were like lucky he let them use it.
Yeah, it's like fucking Santa Claus giving you Easter eggs instead of goddamn presents. What the fuck is this shit? Do you take over the Easter Bunny's job, you piece of shit? No, I'm not going to see it either. Stallone is, and what's actually funny is if that whole thing turns out to be true with his wife or maybe ex-wife or whatever, it's weird because they just filmed they're going to do like a TV reality show with the Stallones that's going to premiere on Paramount Plus. So that's going to be fucking awkward.
Yeah, maybe they're just drumming up excitement. Our first super chat of the night comes from Bubba Gumper. Once again, been huffing the old duster. It says, "Damn, I got this big ass white blister on my head."
Well, and I'll tell you herpes. What. Now, hey, Bubba, now listen to me. What I'm telling you right now is, I told you to stay at them goddamn dumpsters. You're in there dumpster diving for that new refrigerator. Just go on down there, neighbor's house, use it until you get your own, and I mean steal it when you get the chance to steal it, and stop jumping in them goddamn dumpsters. It's probably a goddamn maggot in your forehead, you dummy.
Yeah, it's probably because you've been eating a lot of expired mustard. Happens to the best of us, Jim. Inky the Alien, what's up? First, haha, also hi. You just missed it, Inky. You just missed it. But hello. Giga Bomb, what's up, dude? Hey, that's a dope ass icon. I've never seen that before. Michael with the bonage.
I like it.
Bonage.
We should
Rumor is, I don't know how true it is, but Quentin Tarantino wants to remake First Blood, dude. That would fucking rule.
I've heard something like that before, where he's wanted to do. I mean, because he's gone on to express how much he did like Rambo, and he thought it was good, but he felt like the story wasn't as good, like close. He wanted it closer to the actual novel. And yeah, I've heard him say. I think he's talked about that before, but I don't, because a lot of people speculated what if his last movie was First Blood, the remake. But I mean, I don't know.
If anybody, like, I wouldn't be very interested in it if it was anybody else doing it with it. If you're not doing it with the young Stallone, I probably don't give a shit. Probably doesn't matter, because you're never going to get what are they going to, like what they did with the Expendables. We're going to get Kellen Lutz to take over the new Expendables. People will be into that, right?
That was terrible.
No, man. Yeah, there's no Stallone actor out there right now that would really fit with that. Whatever they did, it would not be as charismatic, would not work. But if Quentin Tarantino did it, then you have to be like, I will watch this and I will accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be like, well, yeah, the only problem is I don't know who Tarantino would cast, because you got to get like a guy that's kind of muscular but not too muscular. I just would hope that the producer wouldn't be like, all right, throw Jason Momoa in that bitch. Yeah, fucking long-haired hippie from the beaches of California coming home from Vietnam, acting like he's fucking out of. First off, he could sell himself on porn easy, so it's not believable.
Can I get Kurt Russell, by the way, as the sheriff?
Kurt Russell would be good. I like that.
That would be fucking awesome as the sheriff. Cut your hair. Get a haircut. Inky the Alien says, please disregard my previous super chat. I was not first, and now I'm embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. No one can see you cry and masturbate using your own tears as lubrication. It's going to be fine.
It's discounted. It's long gone from memory. Don't worry about it.
It happens every day on YouTube. It happens to all men. Wyatt Atley, thank you so much, has just got in the theater to see Orphan. It's the Dolphin version. Orphan First Kill. So I can't stay long, but I figured I would drop some support. Have a great stream. Thanks, Wyatt.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Hope you like it, man. I liked it a lot. It was actually pretty good. You should watch it.
Yeah, and Wyatt, based on your profile picture, I hope that's not how you left the theater. Like, you just couldn't figure out what the fuck you were watching because it was plot confusing. But yeah.
He looks like me trying to read a map while I drive.
He looks me trying to figure out why the girl didn't like the sex. It's like, I don't understand it.
Howard, the Kool-Aid Man, says, Loomis, thoughts on the movie Brokeback Mountain? Hey, we reviewed that, by the way. You should check it out.
We did. That was fun. We also had a meat mountain sandwich. There were cowboys. They like to fish a lot. Not just fish, but each other's turds. When they banged each other in the buttholes, and they were hiding it from people. That's what I thought. That's my thoughts. I mean, if you're into that, you're into that. I don't give it. You know, if you want to stick your wiener into a butthole, by all means, do it. If you don't want to stick it in a butthole, you want to stick it in a tree trunk, fine. Just don't make excuses for Michael Myers, though, because that's where I draw the line. Fuck everything. I don't care who you fuck.
Nicole 18. I wonder if that's a reference to Randall Cobb's number or her age. Says, longtime lurker, love you guys. Love you too.
Hey, thank you. Is that Nicole or Nichelle? I don't know.
Where do you get Nichelle?
No, never mind.
That's not even a name, Jay.
Maybe I need fucking glasses. I don't know. I can't. Nichole. It's Nichole from the lands of the East.
Noah, my two favorites. So happy to be here. Happy to have you
Noah.
here, man. Yes, and hey, stop lurking around there, Nicole. We'll get your name right as well. But it's good to see you too, Noah. It's always good.
Hey, Noah. By the way, I'm a real big fan of your arc. Big fan. Saved a lot of animals.
They recreated that shit here in Kentucky. It's like a big event. They're like, we built the ark. Yeah, it's like they built it in. I think they started it like somewhere around, but like it's like a big tourist thing, you know? And I'm like, it's a fucking wooden boat. Like,
I'd go there.
This is where they kept the snakes.
That ain't real.
What?
That ain't the real one.
You know, there's people in there crying and shit, like acting like fucking all wackadoo. They're just there to get you to sell shit. They just built a big fucking boat. Like, what's the big deal? You're gonna get a splinter.
Evan Almighty built a big fucking boat, and it saved him and his family. It brought them together.
Yeah, I'd rather just watch Evan Almighty. I wonder if they screen that on the ship.
Yeah, I guess they could technically.
Jordan Leggett, that's okay. I'm just talking shit about it because if you and I walked on it, we'd probably burst into flames. Jordan,
I can't even talk about it.
Jordan Leggett says, "What's up, my 1.5 inch?" I thought you were going somewhere different. That my 11/2 bearded brothers, my 11/2. What is happening? 1.5 bearded brothers. I see what you're saying. Kind of pissed Halloween Ends is going to Peacock. Wish it was strictly theaters. I'd be curious to see how it does solely at the box office. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. I don't know. I think, I like it. I like it that it's going to both, but I understand people that like it wanted to see just in the movie theater. But it does give the opportunity for people that, you know, I mean, there is a lot of benefits to it being on streaming. I mean, the fact is there are people out there that unfortunately, you know, life's handed them a bag of dildos, and they, you know, they might have disabilities and they can't get out to the theater and enjoy it with people, you know, and they have to wait around and hear the bullshit spoilers on Reddit or Facebook or wherever. And so this gives them a unique opportunity to be along with everybody else for the ride and get to experience it at the same time. However, to your point, as far as box office sales and what it would be strictly in a box office setting, I'd be interested to know that too. Personally, I think they're going to do fine. I think that's why also is why it was approved to have it on Peacock on a streaming service with Halloween Ends, because Halloween Kills did so well. That's why, I mean, even when you watch that Twitter video that Jamie Lee Curtis did, she said they looked at the numbers and they said they can see as many of you enjoyed it in the theaters as you did in your living room. So that tells you right there that they had a good amount of people that bought that shit.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and kick off talking about the Halloween Ends news because, you know, that's what we're here to do as well. That's Jordan brought it up at a convenient time. But yeah, dude, I agree with you completely. I think, and especially when you see people's responses to it, for fans, I don't see anybody who's a fan. I don't understand anybody who's a fan complaining about it, right?
Yeah.
Like being like, oh, fuck, this is bullshit. I hate this. Like, if you think it's a bad move, I understand that. But some people who are like pissed about it, I'm like, I don't understand, like, why. I was like, you have the option. You can go to the movie and see it. You can watch it at home. And just like you said, there's people in other countries where someone told me the country they're in, they don't screen like new movies and shit like that. So they always have to wait. Or people, like you said, a disability, people who may still be at high risk for COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really high risk, like it's super dangerous for them to be in those situations. And people, one guy said, hey man, I have a kid and I never have a babysitter. I literally can only go to movies I take my kid to. There's a plethora of people out there who now get to see it at the same time. And I think that that's awesome. There's two sides to that coin though, right? Like, is it awesome for fans? Fuck yeah, it's awesome for fans. If you're mad, you shouldn't be. It doesn't really matter to you. But is it a smart move is the question. And that, my friend, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's a smart move for Trancas. It may be the smart move for Universal, for Blumhouse, where they're not going to have anything to do with the Halloween franchise after this movie, allegedly, you know. But for Trancas, and maybe that's not what they wanted. Ryan Freeman, the producer, posted a story on his Instagram, and he was like, look, guys, I got into this business to make movies for the big screen. He essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially said, you don't win every fight. I wanted it to only be on the big screen too. It's not our fault. I mean, paraphrasing again, but that's essentially what the producer said. So I think that for Trancas, for Halloween, the best possible scenario would have been Halloween Ends comes out only in theaters. It does badass box office numbers. And then guess what? We are absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, assured we'll probably get another Halloween movie of some sort in the next 5 years. So is it the best thing for the franchise? I don't know. I think at
the end of the day, it's a great PR move. I mean, that's the facts. I mean, the fact is, you can also say, hey, we brought it to people that couldn't get out of their houses to see it for whatever circumstances they might have. I mean, who knows what those are? You know, it could be a disability. It could be the high risk thing that you mentioned, or it could be that one guy that exposed himself at a Quentin Tarantino showing at the Cineplex that got banned. And we've all been there. You just get so excited that you have to pull out your wiener and say, I love Quentin Tarantino. But
I do it in the shower every morning.
Either way, but yeah, it is a good PR move. Ultimately, as a business decision, I think again they raked in the cash because Kills did well. It did enough for them to justify releasing it again, on a streaming platform and in the theaters simultaneously. And I think again, what we're witnessing here, and I think that most of us have already talked about this, especially when COVID hit, is the writing on the wall. This is the way it's going to be. I think this is the future where studios are going to figure out, hey, yes, the box office is always going to be there. We want that. We want that revenue. We want the theater money. But at the same time, if we can get it to people at the same and make a little bit extra cash on the side with home releases at the same, streaming releases, we'll fucking do that too. I mean, they're all about making money, and whatever's able to shine their dick with coin is what they're going to go after at the end of the day. So I think it's the guys that know are the accounting guys, the ones that crunch the numbers. And I guarantee you, if they were like, hey, you're going to lose this fucking money, there's no way this decision would have disappeared faster than Batgirl's career.
I do smell something though. What I smell is what I spy with my little eye is that Universal again and Blumhouse know that they do not have the rights to Halloween after this. So whatever happens in the franchise next, they could give fuck all about unless there's something we don't know about. So I think that they looked at it probably and said, hey, look, we're looking at our future with Peacock, and there could have been some backdoor dealings going on where someone was like, hey, we will put this thing on Peacock at the same time because we survived it with Kills. It worked fine for the box office. We did okay. Only made 10 million less than Scream, which only went directly to theaters, right? But they could have said, hey, Peacock, what's up? Do you want this? Okay. Do you promise to do this for us down the line? You know what I mean? Do you promise to give us this much money or open up this spot or whatever, or do this advertising? There could have been a backdoor deal where they're like, we'll give you Halloween Ends just like we did Kills on your platform. But whatever. I mean, look at what David Gordon Green and them just signed a 3-picture Exorcist deal for it to go directly, I think, to Peacock as well.
That's all that.
So it may benefit Blumhouse and it may benefit Universal. But I get what you're saying, Jordan. It would have been interesting to see how much box office it would have done. But let's be honest, it doesn't seem like a movie that's going to beat the first Halloween at the box office based on what people are saying about it being controversial and whatnot. It doesn't sound like the crowd-pleasing kind of film that everyone's going to love. They may have just looked ahead and been like, hey, I don't think this is going to blow up the box office. It could be a hidden disguise, because imagine if the movie didn't do well at the box office and we go, oh no, they're not going to make another Halloween movie for 10 years. But now they can use the built-in excuse of, oh, it's just because it was straight to streaming. Now, then again, though, they can compare it to what Halloween Kills made. And if it made less than Halloween Kills made, it's still going to look bad because Halloween Kills was also direct to streaming. So it's an interesting thing.
Well,
man.
you're butt fucked one way and you're butt fucked the other. I mean, the good news is we all get to see it together, and that's the best part of it. I mean, and that's the good news is it's coming out. All of us get to see it at the same time in some way or another. And that's the good news. And like you said, I don't even understand the hatred that it gets anyway, the decision. I mean, really, people that get mad about it, holy shit. Like, I cannot believe you're so angry at yourself because you have a small wiener that you have to take it out on chat rooms and shit.
I understand.
I don't think they call them chat rooms anymore. I'm sure they call us. I guess it's Twitter now, but that's how out of touch I am. I was like, oh yeah, they go on their goddamn chat rooms on AOL dial-up and yell their grievances.
I better not get an instant message. And Jordan, we're not talking about you.
No, not you. Exactly, he wasn't even mad about it. No.
Yeah, you're saying I'm kind of pissed because I'd love to see what the box office would have been. So I understand where you're going at, but we have seen a bunch of people like, fuck Blumhouse, fuck Universal. I'm gonna go home and beat my wife and make 17 posts about. I hate them. They're so stupid.
I'm gonna beat my wife worse than the dude that played that the abuser in Sling Blade. What was that goddamn country star's name? What was his name?
Not Tim McGraw.
You Dwight knew Yoakam? He was, huh?
Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam, yeah, he's beat their wife worse than that guy and be an asshole to their stepson. Yeah, well, you know, I'm again, Jordan. It's not about you at all. Like, there are people that like fucking Karen rage about this. Unbelievable Karen rage.
Yeah, and there's stuff. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's business, man. Once I watched all the seasons of Entourage, I was like, I kind of get how some of this shit works. I'm like, that idea makes no sense at all. And then when you see how they treat each other and they like, it's basically like politics. Like sometimes they'll be like, all right, I'll do this stupid fucking thing for you in your movie. I'll put Mandy Moore in this goddamn movie. But on the next one, I want so-and-so. Like, shit's crazy the way they do this shit. You never really know.
Quid pro quo. One hand washes the other.
Yeah.
That's bonus information. Cop and a half guys.
G. Stokes. Stoking the fires. Said, if they were to remake Tombstone, who would you cast as Wyatt, Doc, and Ringo? I feel Curly Bill, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, is perfect fit. I agree with you.
That's 100%. Yes, Jeffrey. But, you know, first off, I want to say, again, your profile picture is amazing. What it looks like you're trying to do is pee over a bonfire without touching the fire. It looks like you're like going really far back and getting a good stream going in your profile pic. But as far as the others,
taking a deep hit.
And the second thing I'm going to say is it's blasphemy to even suggest such a thing, that Tombstone to be remade. I mean, oh my God. You know, there are certain movies that are just in the lockbox of no. That it's just in the lockbox of no. If I owned a studio and someone said, I got this great script remake idea for Tombstone, I would slap them in the face and tell them, you'll never work in this town again, motherfucker. Because if you're coming up with that kind of bullshit idea, do you know who the legends? But no, you know, but if they did, just to play games here, if they did recast it and they were going to remake it, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be Curly Bill. I could see that. You would really have to sit down though and think of like who's going to outperform goddamn Val Kilmer, dude. Like who?
Yeah, and especially with Val Kilmer being where he is in his life and his career. Geez, so I hate to be this person. I would have to sit down and really think about it and go deeply into it. But, you know, the typical people like Lee Pace would be a good one for one of those roles, I think. I don't Jake Gyllenhaal as White Earp. I would take that shit.
God, no,
I would take
Jesus.
It
looks like One Direction walking out of the desert. Nope, it's Wyatt Earp.
My answer on this one is going to have to be, unfortunately, they just should not ever fucking remake it. But you're right about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You know what I mean?
You know who I would cast as Wyatt? Tom Hardy.
Who?
Tom Hardy.
Fuck you, goddamn it! I would fucking break my computer.
You know, honestly, I would be John Hamm.
John Hamm talking.
John Hamm could do it. I think
John Hamm's not enough shit.
Yo, he's 51. I just watched him on that British comedy show. I can't Graham Norton. I just watched him on the Graham Norton. He's pretty fucking funny, dude. He looks good for his age. And I was like, damn, he's 51. He looked like he was like our age. I was like, Jesus, we got to stop drinking.
John Hamm would have been a good Batman, dude. John Hamm would have been a good.
I think he was up for it. or they wanted him. He looked like, he looks the part.
I would have liked that shit a lot. Ethan LeBlanc. A lot of French sounding names in here tonight, like croissant.
Yeah, it does. LeBlanc.
You guys were the first channel I ever subscribed to back in 2017, and you left such an impact. Keep on keeping on. Hey, thanks man.
Ethan.
Really appreciate
I love your profile pic as well.
He's handsome.
You kind of look like I don't know those guys. Not that you are one of them, but who's those? You look like one of the Logan brothers, but like that. That's not like, but you're not a shitty one. Is that who that name? I can't remember who's the YouTube people.
The Paul kids or whatever.
Logan Paul. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go there, but Ethan, you're gonna hate us after this because Jay said a couple of assholes, and then now I'm gonna say an asshole. I'm gonna say you kind of have a James Franco thing going on. I'm so sorry. We're making you seem like such a
but you look like the brother of the Paul brothers that hides in the back, and you're ashamed of that piece of shit family that you're from.
Yeah,
and that you're just doing a great profile pic because you're trying to audition for like JCPenney modeling, and I appreciate that.
Exactly. Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate that, man. I just want everybody. Hey, Next Gen Studios is horny, everybody.
You know what? There are a few times in the world that you will find yourself with a complete stranger on the same wavelength. We always get horny when we do these streams. It's all the time.
When I play Madden and when I stream, it's very strange. Eduardo Santiago, it's good to see you. Yeah, why do I get so horny just playing a bunch of digitalized men in a video game? You know,
I don't know, because they got great asses, even digitized.
Just bent over in front of me.
That's it. Yep.
Watching older
and
men
you get to control them.
Yeah, while they wrestle with other handsome men.
It's a BDSM.
So the streaming thing. Didn't Halloween 2018 make 300 million on a 40 million budget? Maybe they were like, we made back the budget for the trilogy already, streaming it. Oh, hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Eduardo. You could be correct. You could be very correcto, Eduardo Santiago. I would say I'd say you fucking are exactly on page with the bankers and the accountants behind the budgeting of that movie, and they're like, yeah, we made a shit ton of money. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to make our money back. But also, you got the people behind the mask, so to speak, that are also like, hey, there's a lot of dedicated fans out there. We're going to make our money back. So,
yeah. You like Jay said, you could be right. I think studios like money too much for that. If they can bang the fucking drum and suck something dry as much as they can, they will. But that could be it. Like, I mean, that's just.
But they want it cheap as fuck, though. Because if you can get something cheap, if you can get something cheap, sorry, I had beans. You meant the dog, not me. How could you smell it? But no, if you look at something like Deadpool, $50 million, made a fuck ton of money, made a goddamn, cash grab, a giant hole of money. And then they did the same thing in Deadpool 2. They're like, well, if that was only costing us $50 million and look at the profit that we made, we're only going to spend another $50 million and look at so the lower the cost on the overhead and the higher the output on the profit, they're going to keep doing that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And Jesus Christ, I can smell it now.
Dude, dog farts are the worst.
It smells like old meat and rain.
The worst. I'm going to maintain, like, I don't think I thought of that until this stream, but I really think, like, my best guess of what happened is that Universal and Blumhouse were like, they didn't make the future deal with Trancas, and they were like, we don't really care about the future of the Halloween franchise, so we're going to take this moment. It worked fine for Kills. This is going to be a controversial movie. Let's throw it on streaming. Let's make a backdoor deal with Peacock. Let's make a backdoor deal with the cock, Jim.
Let the Peacock come in the back.
Yeah. I'm a Peacock. You got to let me come in the back. But yeah, Jake Blair, what's up, guys? Plan on going to Kentucky Scarefest this year? Yeah, we got a booth, man.
Oh shit, we do. I didn't know what kind of shitty ass convention is that. I don't want to ever go there. No, yeah, we are. I'm excited.
Yeah,
we're gonna be there.
Backed up. We must not have embarrassed ourselves with our booth last. I'm dying right now. We must not have embarrassed ourselves with our booth last year enough because they backed us up. We're right on Celebrity Row.
Yeah,
we're not on Celebrity Row, but we're backed up to it. So like, there's a celebrity on the other side of our thing.
Maybe it'll rub off on us.
Yeah, when we got there, the first thing we did when we set up our shit was look at the people in the booths next to us. One guy sold like puzzles and another guy sold like art. And we were like,
they were nice though.
We are so sorry for all the things you're about to hear. Yeah, they were really nice. But we're going to smell like cigarettes. We're going to smell like beer. You're going to hear the most disgusting things come out of us and our fans' mouths. Enjoy.
And we didn't disappoint at all, by the way. Not even a little bit. I think we made a Reddit page. I think someone actually said, hey, is Mike and Jay going to be at Scarefish? I swear to God, you can look it up. Is Mike and Jay going to be at Scarefish? Because, yeah, they're probably drunk by now. Like, yeah, we were drunk before we got there, you asshole. All right? We were already on the game. It's literally on Reddit. There's somebody that posted about it.
That's hilarious because we literally met people the night before and got just goddamn obliterated, fireball shots and everything else. Was hungover as shit for the first day. Don't worry though, we were still very nice to everyone. We started drinking the $7 Michelob Ultras very fast, and then by that night we went out with everybody who came to see us, and we partied at the same place. And then the next day we were hungover. I don't think we went we went Saturday. Yeah, we did it again on Saturday. Our livers were crying to the gods.
Yeah, well, listen, if you guys get a chance to stop by and say hello at the little boothy booth that we've got going on, we have a kissing booth set up. Don't worry. I know everyone's going to line up for that. Not anyway. Also, on top of that, I will say though, just make sure that you look for the table that has the most beer cans that are selected and collected at the very bottom of the table that we kind of
they're underneath it.
They literally look like bowling pins. There's so many of them. It looks like someone's trying to shoot a 12-pin game.
Dude, fuck you, man. By the way, I had to go because you didn't go on Sunday. I didn't go on Sunday either, but I went to clean up, and I had to go clean up on Sunday because Sunday was like kids' day or whatever.
You had to clean all that up.
Well, we were meeting everybody for dinner, so I was like on the way. I like ran by the convention center, ran inside, and everybody was breaking their shit down, and I pulled down the banner and pulled down Michael because we have Michael and all that shit there. Pulled it all down, was putting it away, and I look underneath the fucking table, and there's just old, stinky, like fucking. You know how Michelob Ultra smells when it's old? There was like 12 of them, and I had to pick those up and carry them to the trash can. And everybody at the convention center was just staring at me, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you should have been like, "God." I was like, I thought we had good security around here, but apparently not. Goddamn hobos last night broke into this convention center and sat at our table and just got drunk on Michelob Ultra because they can afford it.
Well, just because you guys think a guy reads comics, he can't start some shit. Hang on, man. My dog is going fucking buku nuts. I'm gonna see what's going on here.
Yeah, it was fun though. I mean, all those beers, but it was those beers are really expensive. There are a lot of expenses. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. I mean, you're gonna drink it. I mean, it's cheaper than a Coke hit. What is it called? When you take a hit of Coke. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't do that, but I'm just saying it's cheaper than that. But yeah, it was really kind of embarrassing sometimes because if somebody's like wanted a picture or something and you went to get up, you would hear all that shit clatter underneath your fucking feet when your feet kind of shifted. You'd hear it all like fall down. You're like, you're like, oh my God. And they're like, no. I should be like, no, those are just like Coca-Cola bottles. They're not like beer, you idiot.
Shoot.
It was always embarrassing. One of the worst moments of that convention was Mike and I thought these girls wanted a picture with us, and they really wanted to just go and take a picture with the mannequin that was behind us because it was the cool Michael Myers mask. And they told Mike, "Oh, we just want to take a picture with that." I didn't hear what Mike said, so Mike got out of the booth and went and waited for them to get. And I just stood there like, "Okay, come on, let's do it." And he's like, "No, they don't." And I was like, "I knew that." I was like, "I knew that." I was just stretching my arms. You see what I was doing there?
We give away autographed pictures like for free, right? So like we put a little sign that says free, or whatever. Yeah. And some guy came up and he was like, "Are those really free?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, "Do you know who we are?" He was like, "Mm-mm." And I was like, "Do you want one that's not signed?" And he was like,
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know. Yes. I guess."
And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that goes
a picture of these two guys who you don't know.
Dude, he's like the kind of guy that like when they're like driving cross country and he goes to like a travel center, they just take the fucking the free magazines that are on there because they're like collecting them. It's like it was free.
It said free. Or it's like my wife when she goes to Target and she comes back with like 17 candles and 3 quilts, and I'm like, did we run out of candles? And she's like, no, they were on sale though. I had to buy them.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna say she made it out like a fucking bandit if those were free. I love the candles, man. The
Not free, just on sale.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say those. If she got the smell good candles for fucking free, man, woo-wee, that's some good stuff right there.
I bought a lawn gnome. It's like, did you want one? No, it was on sale, so I bought it. What up, Mike White? It's good to see your sexual red bearded fucking face. He smokes in that picture, but he doesn't smoke anymore. That motherfucker quit smoking. Hey, good job, Mike White. Quit fucking smoking, man.
Hey, Mike, you know what? I'm proud of you, but you're a quitter. But good for you. You're a quitter.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna feel so ashamed of myself when I go outside to smoke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I'll try to quit.
I want to do that
later.
testing when I start smoking, and I'm like, yeah. Anyway, like blow it, fly kind of towards you where you kind of smell it just to see what you do. No, I'm not that mean. But hey, man, that's awesome. Good for you. That's really hard to fucking quit.
Hell yeah, it is, man. It says just because I love you and you need beer, scram the eggs.
Yes, you know, and that's Mike White knows that's the order that you need to have it in. You have the beer and then the scramby eggs afterwards.
Yeah. Scramby eggs sound pretty good. Thanks, Mike. We love you, dude. Fucking awesome. Did not have to do that. Inky, you didn't have to do that either. Thank you so fucking much. Says, funny story. Last Halloween, I went trick-or-treating with my little sister, and there was a guy dressed as Michael Myers. She was kind of scared, so I started swinging the pillowcase of bottled waters I had. Older sibling things. So was there just did you attack someone? Did you assault someone?
Did you beat the shit out of this Michael Myers cosplayer because it was scary? I mean, I guess it was plastic bottles, so it didn't matter, but oh, I was like, at least you didn't put like quarters in a sock. I saw this one, Full Metal Jacket. Don't worry, this will knock him out.
This guy's like, oh, I'm gonna scare the kids, and just gets the fuck shit kicked out.
Yeah, you imagine if you were just like dressed as Michael Myers. Maybe he was. Well, she said that the little sister was kind of scared. So I mean, she like started swinging it, not at him. Maybe she was just swinging it around. Or something like that. Yeah. Because you imagine if you were just dressed as Michael. Yeah, if you were just dressed as Michael Myers walking down the road for whatever fucking reason, because you do that. I don't know. You're cosplaying on Halloween, which seems appropriate. And then somehow you just see this mad person come out of the fucking shadows, swinging a fucking bag. They're like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" Like Ellen Ripley. And you're like, "What?" Yeah. I was just standing here. Man.
Thank you so much, Inky. Wolf Elm Street says religious fan here. Now, when I first read that, I thought, oh, they're religious. They're about to yell at us. But it says, love you guys, like religious to the channel. Love you guys. Listen to your lives. All the new, almost every day at work. First super chat I've ever done. Truly appreciate you.
Hey,
thank you so much for that.
And the Wolf of Elm Street, I like your name. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. Religious fan here. I was going to be like, all right, well, we could talk about the Bible. That is no problem whatsoever. We can do that, but I'd rather do it outside the channel. But we can do that. Assalamu alaikum and Salaikum Salah. And I know that's a different religion completely from the Christian one, but it is what it is. I know both.
Hey, Sim Salabit. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Michael Parton, thanks, buddy. Good to see you, man. What's up, Michael J? I recently had a hot, wet dream about you guys. When I woke up, I noticed a bit of a mess on myself. Wished it was real, though, talking about the dream.
Hey, Michael, how do you know it wasn't real?
Yeah, we actually came to your house and fucked you in your sleep last night and then laughed about it all the way home.
It happened. We were like, God damn, we are so glad Michael didn't wake up at all during that. He's going to think this is all a dream.
Hey, we should get bigger dicks or something. Jeff Moore. Are you two related brothers? No, we are not. We are brothers from other mothers. We are heterosexual life mates.
Yeah, not brothers.
Unless Michael Parton's sleeping. And then we become super gay.
And then it's like we have our own family going on there. But yeah, we're not related at all.
Thank God.
Just been friends for like over 20 years, 25 years, I think now.
Unfortunately,
I think our friendship is going to outlast Sylvester Stallone's marriage.
Not the dog, though. The dog only lasted 10 more years. I will be super pissed if Michael's only at the end. Let us talk about that. More Halloween stuff to talk about. That is not going to fucking happen. Now, from what I understand is that in Halloween Ends, you will get less Michael Myers than you're accustomed to. That is what I believe. That's what I've been told by multiple people. There's less Michael than you would expect. But the rumors of him not being in the movie until the very, very end, maybe it does take a little while for him to show up, but not the end of the movie. And he's definitely not dead between movies. I can promise you that as well. So it's going to be less.
I didn't know anything about that, honestly. If you make one more goddamn sound while I'm filming, your ass.
You tell her to shut her fucking mouth.
Shut the. She showed me titties. Oh my God.
What?
Put those away. God, it's so nasty. I don't want to see
Put
that.
your titties away, April. He's mine for the next like 2 hours.
Idiot. Jesus. No, I didn't know about Michael only being at the end, though. I didn't know that.
No. And he won't only be at the end, but I think it probably will take a little while for him to show up. But
well, if Michael shows up at the end of the movie and it's just Michael alone, that's weird. When I read the question, I was like, you'll be super pissed if Michael is the one that's the victorious one at the end of the movie. I was like, why? That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see Michael standing free and on top of a Gotham style building like in Batman '89, and that music comes on. But yeah, I didn't know if he was only going to be in the movie until the end. That would suck. I'd be pissed as fuck too.
That would suck. Now, let me take a quick break in the super chats here to discuss something, because I know some of you guys are here just for the Halloween news and stuff like that. So I'll discuss. You guys don't have to stop. We will catch up. You're all good. But I wanted to throw this theory at you, Jay, because it's something somebody brought up to me, and it sounds like it could be possibly true. Now, when Jamie Lee Curtis did that Twitter thing that she did, that video that you and I made fun of today. Still haven't heard back from Blumhouse or Jamie. Sent it to them. No one has responded to me as of yet. Yes, I did. They will probably never respond.
Terrible.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, let me ask you this, man. She says in that video, she says, well, what you could do is you could go see it in the theater and then go watch it at home. And then she said you can go to the theater again and then you could watch it at home again. She's like, which no spoilers. She said, no spoilers. But I have a feeling that's exactly what you're going to want to do. Leading the question, are there two versions? Is there a version they're going to show us in theaters and then a version they're going to show us on Peacock? Could it be possible for them to clue this bitch?
No, because they can milk more money out of it, like by doing it, by having a special. If they did have a different version of it, a bonus feature that would only be available after it was released on home video, is what they would do. They wouldn't release two different. No, because they're gonna. I'm saying like when the movie is out of theaters completely, they could release a super duper bonus edition and make more money off of deleted scenes or never before seen like or director's cut. That's what all studios do nowadays, anyway.
Well, maybe I see what you're saying, but I think basically them putting it on Peacock in the first place tells you there's money to be made for them doing that. I think that they would make more money doing that by putting one version on Peacock. Say, oh, you got to watch the one on Peacock though, and I'm sure Peacock probably gave them a little backdoor for that too, if they did. Yeah, but like think about it. I mean, what if you have your built-in fans and say they're not going to do much marketing because they haven't done much marketing anyway. We got that one short trailer. The movie's in 2 months. I think we'll have one more, and
that'll be it though.
Probably, but they're not putting much marketing into it so far, at least. Now, who's to say they're not like, hey, we have our built-in fan base. We're not really even reaching outside for more people. We're going to make them see it in the theater and see it on Peacock. We're going to pump up both those bitches because the hardcore fans, and we know Halloween fans are hardcore, they're watching fucking both. I mean, it would make sense.
What I would say is financially. That's a risky move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out, because that could potentially backfire in your ass too, because people would literally call them out for like being scam artists. It's like, it's because it's so obvious you're doing this to make money. It's almost like releasing like DLC in a way or something for like Xbox. I feel like maybe when she said that, all she meant was like, it's going to be, you want to go and get the theatrical experience and then go home and watch it several more times because you have that opportunity to do it without having to wait 3 months before it comes on DVD. Maybe that's what she meant. And I kind of thought also what she meant I could even take it this way, was there's going to be so much that you need to ingest and like think about and like really watch the movie that you're going to go back and watch it again after the initial like, holy shit, that happened.
Probably. And it is weird that she said no spoilers. Like that's the only thing that I think brought this up is like, and I don't think they'll do that, but the fact that she went out of her way to say no spoilers, but I have a feeling that's exactly what you want to do. Yeah. I actually wouldn't hate it, dude. I would think it would be pretty cool. I think it'd be, and dude, think about who we're talking about. We're talking about Blumhouse, who is all about like taking a step forward and doing some innovative things. I think if they did a version where Michael won and a version where Laurie won or something like that, something wild like that, I think that it could be very interesting, man. And it could get people talking and put even more stuff into it. Like,
yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. I just don't like that. I like that everybody that are fans of the movie would get to see it together, no matter, and they get to talk about it without having to, I saw a different version than you. I'm like, that's kind of fucking stupid. I mean, in a way, because if we reviewed the movie and you saw it in the theater and I saw it at home, I mean, yeah, we could get a double bang for the, it was like, oh, a completely different ending. But that's not the same as people that just want to casually go watch it and talk about it later the next day at work. You're like, oh, did you see that? And like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't see that. I think you saw an Indian bootleg.
I think it'll be confusing. But if they make it known, like wide open, like this is version A, version B, and then it's like, it's almost like the perfect, like, fans are never happy. Like no matter what we do, if we give you fan service, you're not happy. If we try to do something new, you're not happy. It's almost the ultimate be like, hey, you got two choices to choose from. And just think about the conversations that would go around that, though. Like, I mean, which version did you like better? Did you like the version where Michael won, or did you like the version where Laurie won? Did you like the version where Allison's the killer at the end? Did you like the version where she's not? Either way, I hope that doesn't happen.
I think that works. Like, I mean, that works for bonus features on a DVD with have an alternate ending.
Sure,
what was there was their movie? Paranormal Activity had an alternate ending.
Yeah,
because they had the one where she died, got shot in the fucking house, and then there was no sequels. And then some people were like, "Oh, I think that's a more realistic ending versus the one that they ultimately settled on because they wanted a franchise."
Well, and that's one of the more popular ones too. But like you know, I mean, back in the day when DVDs used to come out, there was almost always an alternate ending, and nobody usually gave a fuck. But and also you got to think too when they were doing the test screenings, they did dueling test screenings. They did 2 test readings at the same time of different movies and gauge the audience score. And then of course you got all these fucking assholes who are leaking stuff. It would be funny if they were like, yeah, you fucking leakers did this. We just showed you a fake goddamn movie. That could have been it too. Yeah. I don't know, man. And Christopher Nelson on the Things with Two Heads podcast today that came out literally said, he said, for everybody who's been listening to the rumors about Halloween Kills and the leakers and the spoilers disguised as scoops, as I always say, from these fucking assholes. Christopher Nelson said it himself today. He said 99.9% of the people who look at these trailers and dissect shit are fucking wrong. He said they're wrong. 99.9% of them. He didn't say specifically about this, but they were talking about this in a broader subject. Yeah. He said 99.9% of the time, these people are all wrong.
See what happens, Lee? Calm it down. Calm it down, Lee McCoy. What the fuck?
What did Lee do?
You're getting Christopher Nelson mad. No, I'm kidding. I know what he's talking about, though. I don't. Fortunately for me, I'm not on social media really at all, so I don't get to see all those fucking rumors, and I wouldn't even piss on them. Most of them are all bullshit. If you're getting your inside information off Reddit, chances are it's bullshit. So just so you know, it's probably some fucking pimply ass 14-year-old kid be like, "Oh my god," yeah, it's like that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Props, book ops. What do you guys think about that, though? Do you like the idea of 2 movies possibly, or do you hate it and want me to eat shit in the bathroom while you watch and you film it for your mom?
God damn, that sounds like a very specific fetish on Pornhub.
Yeah, somebody paid me once
to eat my poop on the floor.
Some guy on the internet paid me to eat a roast beef sandwich while I took a shit and film it.
Dude, you know what? And if you didn't take that job, you're crazy. As long as he didn't say after you were finished pooping, I have to eat the turd.
It's a great time, right? I just take a shit and eat a roast beef sandwich.
It gives you flashbacks to 2 girls in a cup.
One motherfucker tried to pay me, dude. He offered me like $2,000 to do a flex show on Facebook, like just for him. He's like, I won't show it. Yeah, just all you gotta do is take off your shirt and flex. And I was younger, obviously. And I told my wife about it. She's like, why the fuck don't you do it? I was like, are you serious? You want me to hold myself out like that? And she's like, it's $2,000 fucking dollars.
You know what? Like, you know what? If you know what he would look like if he like Zoom called you, he'd probably look like Colin Farrell in the penguin makeup, and he'd have grease all over his body. He'd be like, "Now do
what
it.
What are you showing me?
Now do it." No, he'd be like, "Show me while you eat beans. I want you to eat beans while you're doing it." And you know he's jacking his dick. But $2,000 well earned, I suppose.
Definitely gonna be dick jackage going on there for sure. Maybe I don't know. Maybe once he saw it, he'd be like, "Actually, I don't want this. Could you give me my money back?" Well, yeah. Party 1298. Thank you very much. Says, do you think JLC dropped a hint that theater and Peacock? I had no idea this was the next super chat. I swear to Christ, I did not.
We just discussed that. So
hey, fucking look at that timing, man. Holy shit, hell yeah. We're good. We're good. We're good at this. That's what we do. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. I just thought, by the way, today of a great Chucky skit, dude. But the problem is we're going to need a Chucky doll.
I got an idea. How about we just incinerate it so there's no more sequels?
Hey, the show's pretty good. We like the show. That was good.
The show was good. I will. But I also, that whole thing is so fucked up. It's almost as bad as the Friday the 13th thing, how they fucked on Mancini and that whole thing. Even though I did like the remake, but it's a terrible, terrible family tragedy going on over there in Chucky land.
He got it worked out, though. He did the season 1. He put that shit on Sci-Fi, and everyone's like, "This is gonna be a piece of poopy," and he was like, "No,
it was good. I liked it. Yeah.
Season 2 coming out soon. Shoot to Kill. Thank you for that. Says new Hellraiser reboot coming this October. I saw a teaser of it. Why the fuck has October got so many goddamn horror movies?
Well, because it's October.
Yeah,
because it's October. Shoot to kill, shoot to thrill. New Hellraiser reboot coming this October. I didn't see a teaser of it, so
allow me to show it to you now, Jay. That was a piece of the news that we were going to talk about tonight, so I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna share it with you guys now, and we will check it out together. Thanks, Shoot to Kill. Good timing. Let's see. Share screen with your asshole friend.
Gotcha.
Please.
That looks like me when I took a juicy fucking fart in the car and rolled all the windows up and locked it, and all my friends got to smell it.
Now this is the David Bruckner Hellraiser. It's coming straight to Hulu on October the 7th. So fans of streaming are just getting their fucking dicks.
I don't even have Hulu,
man.
So that sucks.
I have Hulu. You can borrow my password. They have live sports. How'd you watch Prey?
I borrowed someone else's.
Oh, okay.
But then I deleted it because there was like 18 people on their fucking account.
Okay, it'll be fine. But here's the teaser. You won't hear the music probably, but now I'll let you watch it one time through. It's pretty simple.
So I wait a minute now. I see high cheekbones and a softer look. Is that a woman?
That is, and this is the one with the female Cenobite.
Okay,
the female Pinhead.
I can't get too mad because technically speaking, I think Clive Barker had mentioned it along the lines or something. Maybe I'll have to go back to this. And I mean, some of you I'm a hardcore Hellraiser fan, but I could be wrong. That he had said something that the original idea for Pinhead was a female Cenobite that they called Priest or something like that. It wasn't even Pinhead. Pinhead was a set name. However, what I will go off and say too was it's fucking dumb to do that. I'm gonna watch the show. I am interested to see if it holds up to the legacy of what Clive Barker originally had planned and what the first movie did. But I will say it's dumb when you go away from what made that. Look, Hellraiser 1 was a goddamn, you got to squeegee yourself off when you watch it. It was so gross and gnarly and nasty and weird. And Pinhead, Doug Bradley, it was an amazing theatrical performance in this horror character that you'd never seen before. What I would have done if I had been them is like, well, why do we not just keep the fact that it's kind of James Bond it? We need a male, older kind of guy with some theater experience that is going to play Pinhead, which is what people and fans are expecting, rather than go and do this drastic change where it's going to happen. You're going to cause a rift in your fan base. I would not have done that. Like, of course, it's going to be hard to replace Doug Bradley. Mike and I have also I've championed for Lee Pace to play Pinhead. I think Lee Pace would be an amazing Pinhead. But again, I mean, I'm not gonna judge it yet. But I don't like the fucking. Yeah, and I know it's Clive Barker's idea, or it's his original idea, but at the same time, it's like, dude, I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of things that go on in a writer's head, like the original idea of a story that doesn't make it on screen, it winds up being better. Like, I mean, just example, and I'm not saying it's better or not, but if you look at the Shining novel, it's drastically different than what you got when you saw the Shining movie with Jack Nicholson. It's drastically different, but what's the better version, Kubrick or Stephen King? I mean, there you go. I don't know. I'm just saying, but when you say, what about The Shining? When people ask about The Shining, they always bring up Stanley Kubrick. Normally, 9 times out of 10, most people will be like, oh man, I love that movie. Stanley Kubrick was a fucking genius. He was a god. Jack Nicholson was great. I'm glad that he made that one bitch pull her hair out because we got a great fucking movie. They don't say, well, Stephen King's novel was so different. There are fans. I've read both. I read the books and I was a fan of the movie, but I'm just saying I would have kept it the male as the lead in Hellraiser, but we'll see what happens. Who knows?
I think that, and this is the movie, by the way. So David Gordon Green's supposed to be doing the show for HBO. So this is the movie that's going to Hulu on October the 7th. But I'll actually say, like, in this case, in this scenario, I mean, it's not going to be Doug Bradley. We know that they didn't get a big name for it. And like you said, it was the original idea. It was supposed to be a female anyway. And also, if you look at, to me, the scariest Cenobites, aside from Pinhead himself, were the twins in
the Wire
Inferno.
twins in Inferno.
Yeah, they were the scariest ones. And also women scare me more than men do. So the idea of a female Pinhead to me is actually pretty fucking scary. Like it's
kind
actually
of hot
freaky
at
to
the
me.
same time.
Yeah, especially since it's so sexual, right? Like that
too.
actually, I'm into this idea. This doesn't feel to me, this doesn't scream to me like it's so like, okay, when Paul Feig did a Ghostbusters movie and he came out and said, yes, I'm doing Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
and
well,
yes, it will be all women.
I was like, are you late for flying your fucking kite over a rock?
Yeah, that kind of thing is like, oh my God, we get why you're doing it. You're doing it because we live in 2022 and you have to and all that. You're not actually doing it for the story.
Yay.
The feeling I get from this is that it's actually it's natural. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's for the story. It's for what they want to do. They're moving it into a new era, and it being directed by David Bruckner, you know, who fucking what does he direct? He did The Night House, which came out last year. That was a really good horror movie. That was good. He did he was one of the segments in the original VHS. He did a segment in Southbound. He directed The Ritual. He had ties to Friday the 13th at one point. He did, I think, that show. What was that show called? Anyways, point is that great director that looks really cool to me. I'm digging the female side to this. If you can get Doug Bradley back to play Pinhead is Hellraiser. So you know what I mean? This one just feels right. I don't know. It feels on the whole for me.
I don't know. I'm torn on it. I'm gonna watch it because I really do love anything with Hellraiser. I'm a huge fan of Hellraiser, even though it's not my top horror movies of all time, but I do really, maybe it is. I don't know where I ranked it. It might be my top 5. But I'm gonna give it a chance regardless, because again, I love the lore. I love all of that, the parts of it, of what, you know, anything Hellraiser. I read the comic books, for fuck's sake. The thing about it is, though, again, I just don't know why. I mean, they are seeing this happen time after fucking time. Hollywood is goddamn dolts. Like, they're morons. They really are. This shit's not flying with people. You're changing known history that these people know. You're taking characters that they know, and you're doing things different to them. You're either gender flipping them, you're race flipping them, you're doing sexual orientation flipping with them. And guess what you're not doing? Making fucking money. And that's what you should be worried about. Because at the end of the day, if I'm a fan of Hellraiser, which I am, maybe I just want to see like what I saw in the 80s. I saw Doug Bradley. If I had seen Sheila Bradley doing it, I'd be like, okay, well, who cares? I would be like, that's cool too. I don't care. I just feel like, and yes, Clive Barker had an original idea that was what but there was a lot of things in Clive Barker's original script, the Hellbound Heart, that didn't make it because it sucked. It couldn't be put on screen. So there was a difference.
By the way, Eduardo brought this up. I did not realize this. Eduardo Santiago said, y'all know she's trans. So she's a female trans person.
I don't care either way. But I mean, I really don't. I mean, it's regardless. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's still gender flipped. I don't care. I mean, what she is, or you can make whatever pronoun you want, but I don't think that makes the bear. What I'm talking about is changing established lore as far as cinematic history goes to appease a certain part of people. Whatever. The thing is, like I said, I'm going to give it a chance, but it better be fucking good, because the first fucking moment it goes in there and men are the bad guys and we're, you know, there's wokeisms going throughout the entire first fucking 3 episodes. I'll be like, I'm out.
I don't know. I think we should be beyond like, hey, we turn this into a female. It shouldn't not.
Well,
I mean, it's not a big deal. Like,
but I don't want to make James. Well, James Bond will never be a woman, because then
like that would be a big deal.
Well,
like
that's gender flipped.
Yeah, like, but that's like the most extreme version of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't bother me. In this case,
I also don't want to see a Freddy. I don't want to see a Freddy female called Frederica Krueger either. So
I'd watch a TV show about it. I definitely wouldn't want the movie to be that. That would be too strange for me. But yeah, like female Pinhead that shit checks out for me. I feel like Pinhead is the kind of guy who just doesn't give a shit either. He's probably got a lot of stuff going on with his giblets. You know what
well, he could. I mean, technically speaking, I mean, who the fuck? I mean, I just think also you could have just made original characters as a female. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty. I mean, but that requires talent, and that's not lazy. But it is what it is. I just think it's one of those things. I mean, you see a lot of this shit happen where people that are these creators, and I'm not talking about one particular studio or one particular company, but you see it all the time. It really reflects laziness that you cannot create characters for a specific gender, a specific sexual orientation. What you want to do is take established characters and flip them, because then you get, cookie points, and it's easy. There's no creativity involved. You literally just took one thing that's already established and flipped it on its head. Bravo. Wow.
I think done it. I just think both can be true. I mean, sometimes they do it because it's good for the script, and sometimes they do it because they are just trying to get attention and bring attention to it and make it the whole woke bullshit or whatever. But sometimes I think, like, just because someone doesn't make it woke bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it doesn't always, cool and it like works.
But I hope. But we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens at the end of the day. I hope it's good.
Emerald Emissary, not gonna lie, happy it's coming to the cock. Been dealing with major anxiety, panic attack issues last few months, and haven't enjoyed a theater visit since. Well, again,
there you go, man.
That's what we're saying. It's for fans. It's a good thing. Like, it's for fans. You can't be mad at it. Like, and I want to see it in a theater packed with people, but I'm totally super fucking jacked for people like you who get to watch it at home with no issues. And I'm going to do both. I'm going to go to the theater and then go home and fucking watch it too.
Well, that's the best news. Also, is what you guys are going to get a commentary out of it, which we're definitely going to do a commentary out of it, which is going to be fucking dope as fuck. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And I love Emerald Emissary. That sounds like you work for the Green Lantern Corps. I like that shit. You look like an outreach program, but I like that.
That is a dope ass name. Scott has diabetes. I'm sorry to hear that. But he says that's what Disney did with Hocus Pocus 2, forego theater release and stream exclusively on their platform without added charge from the premiere. That is key, Scott. When you charge extra for the premiere, that is fucking greedy bullshit. And people are just going to fucking pirate it. They're just going to pirate it. That shit is on a pirate site in fucking 24 hours, if that.
Well, I'm not really. I mean, I like Hocus Pocus is great. I mean, I'm not really like hyped up about Hocus Pocus 2, but I know there are a lot of people are. But yeah, it really is like double tapping the fucking vein when they do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, but you got to pay extra, even though you got the service. You got to pay an extra like $15 fucking to watch it. Like what?
With Disney, it's like fucking $30. They wanted like $30 for goddamn Black Widow and shit like that. I'm watching that
30mm wiener.
I'm watching that shit on the fucking computer. You got me fucked up. Laquita Smith. Both of you are adorable, and I'm so happy to find two funny guys that are as passionate about the Halloween franchise as I am.
Hey, thank you, Laquita. Thank you.
That's a beautiful, sweet-hearted fucking comment there, and I hope that you have a delicious meal tomorrow. I hope tomorrow for breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner, you just have something goddamn amazing, and it knocks your fucking pantyhose off. Christian Whites, thank you, sir. Says, can we get a compilation video of Jay drinking different beers and IPA so I can watch his soul leave his body on repeat?
Yes, I think that you're just interested in my torture, but yes, I'm sure we could do something like that because, by the way, I don't think there's much soul left. If that were true, little pieces of it go away each time I've tried an IPA that I hate, and it's happened. I don't think I've ever. I think there was one that I liked. I think once, maybe, but I could be like the Undertaker and have like a world. Like what was he not a Survivor Series, but when he was in WrestleMania that was undefeated. Like I'm undefeated in like no beers IPAs that I've liked, but there could be one. I think there was one.
Yeah, it was like a super light beer. Is what it was. It was like the next beer or some shit like that. But that would be a fun compilation to make. Ling Longs, which sounds like ding dongs, says you guys should check out violent violent shit movies. I never heard that.
I don't know if I want to. What kind of website is that on?
Is it just called
violent shit movies? Like, are you talking about like, is there poop? Like real poop?
Hey man, y'all should watch Hobo Knockouts.
Man.
Splash Boy Manson, sup? Says, hey guys, can't stay tonight because I had surgery today. Ooh, sorry to hear that. I'm doing great and everything went well. Happy to hear that. Just wanted to say I love you both dearly and can't wait to meet you at Scarefest.
Hey, all right, Slash Boy. All right, man.
Hell yeah. Hey,
can't wait to meet you.
I hope you got a bionic arm put in. I hope that's what you're resting on.
You had a bionic dick put in.
Like, not that you lost your arm, but just for fun. You're like, I want a bionic arm. So give it.
If you had a robot dick, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I hope you got a robot dick.
Because if I touch a robot dick, you ain't gay.
go gadget dick. Yeah, I'm a technology dude. I'm a technology buff. Let me play with the robot dick. Wiener.
No. Hey man, but yeah, whatever your surgery is, hope it's all going well now.
Hell yeah. Nico still Apex.
Yeah, I like it though. I like it. That's a confident. He's so confident that someone sketched his profile pic for him.
I'm going in with medium expectations for Halloween Ends, but your guys' lives get me more hyped for the movie. God damn it, Michael.
That's Michael. Yes. Goddamn you, Mike, and I hope you die in the car accident. Not you, not you, Nico. Yeah. We're as pumped as everybody else, so I'm glad that our energy rubs off on you.
Yeah, man. And that's a good question when it comes to Halloween Ends too. Is like, what is your all's expectation, like 1 through 10? My expectation. I'm a very, very positive person. Very, very, very positive. I thought Kills was going to be a 10. I thought it was going to be one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really believe this was. To be fair, they sold us on that shit. John Carpenter saying it's the ultimate slasher. I mean, come the fuck on. And you're hearing about like 16 to fucking 20 deaths and like the crazy shit we were hearing. It sounded like it was going to be the perfect fucking horror movie. Still liked it. Wasn't perfect, not by any stretch. Ends. I'm going to say my expectation is I'm going to go in with a little bit higher than yours, Nico. My expectation is for an 8 out of 10. That's what I'm hoping for.
I ain't saying shit till I talk to my lawyers. I don't know, man. I liked Halloween Kills, and I know, I've said that before. I really did enjoy Halloween Kills. I think that the trajectory that their trilogy of Halloween is going to, I think it's going to be a pretty satisfying end, to be honest. I really do. I feel like it's very much going to wrap up the story in their trilogy, much like The Dark Knight Rises did. But there's going to be like a little sliver of possibility there, because it's not like the Nolan trilogy, and where the fact that Nolan tried to build this completely enclosed world where it left very few hangs where another creator could come in and go into his universe and play around with it. I think it's going to be much the same. Because to be honest with you, Dark Knight Rises, that was one of those movies that when I initially saw it, I did not think it was good. I didn't think it was terrible, did not think it was good. But after multiple watching, and then multiple watching of the trilogy and looking at it as a whole, you really come to appreciate the entirety of their story. So I think that's what Halloween Ends is going to be like.
And maybe, just maybe, all this talk about it's going to make people angry. You're not going to see a lot of Michael, 2 cuts, the reshoots. Maybe, just maybe, they're smart enough to realize, hey, let's take down expectations a notch. Whereas we put in people with Kills with super expectations. Let's take down Jesus Christ, I'm dying.
You stroked out 3 times tonight.
I know. And then let it unflow, and maybe the word of mouth works out. But are you ready for some rock, paper, scissors for who gets to tinkle first?
I don't know, because that lag shit, let's do like,
I don't think it's a lag, dude. I think I just beat you at rock, paper, scissors.
No, you don't, because when I go, you go like 2 seconds after.
I don't think so. I don't see that at all. I thought it was instant.
I think it happens.
You need better internet.
No,
I think
my shit's all the way. It's full.
All right. Well,
there's got to be another way.
That's all. That's all I got. Who's?
I'll trust you. Flip a quarter.
All right. Yeah,
that's the easiest way. We'll flip a quarter. Because I like doing paper rock scissors because it makes me feel like I'm in Trimmers, but it's just not over the internet. All right.
I'm heads though.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm always fucking heads.
You're getting out of the head.
All right. Ready?
All right, go. I mean, is it heads? I can't see it.
It's heads. It's heads.
Because did you flip it? Did you flip it on the?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I know, but did you flip it when it was on the heads, so it lands on the heads?
No.
That's a trick quarter.
Yeah.
It's fucking Harvey Dent. Take your ass back to
Washington.
What did they call me down at the police station? Sat. Sat. Dude. That's fine. No, I know. It's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 3-0 by the way in the Hunger Games for who pees first. So just want to throw that out. 3-0.
I'll catch back up on the super chatos. I just got it. So Nico still Apex was the last.
Yeah, let me take his off the screen by the way before I go.
Okay.
Oh shit, man. What? Here we go. 8:42. What the fuck is going on here? When the fuck did we get ice cream?
I don't know. Was it chocolate flavor?
I'm catching back up so that.
By the way, really thank you guys for all of you guys are awesome. There's so many of you. Coolness in here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in here. We really appreciate you guys right now. Sorry we're all fucked up here. Okay, here we go. So the next one after Nico is you're starting with I Kill Your Vibe.
Oh, well, I'm doing that right now.
I'll be right back, folks.
All right. Well, okay, I got him. Okay, sweet. Okay, I found you right away when you said I kill your vibe. What the fuck?
I read that, by the way, and I just want to say before I go, thank you very much for that. We really do appreciate it. We're happy to fucking help you get through your shift, man. That's fucking amazing. All right, bye.
Bye. Well, he read it then. I kill your vibe. Says, hey, Mike and Jay, longtime listener, first time super chatter. Just wanted to say thanks for keeping me company during
Hey, Jay.
What?
You can click, if you click on the chat on your screen, it'll pop it up on the screen for them.
If I do it?
Yeah, just click on
it doesn't do it. No, it doesn't do it. I'm clicking it. It doesn't do it. Look,
it doesn't say show.
I'm punching it. No.
Oh fuck. Oh well. Okay, I'll be right back.
See? Over and over, I'm trying to finger this thing. I'm fingering this thing, and it's just not doing what I want it to do. It sounds like my real life. Anyway. Oh yeah, because I'm not the host, I guess. Okay, hey, Mike and Jay, longtime listener, first time super chatter. Just wanted to say thanks for keeping me company during a long overnight shift. I appreciate you. Mike appreciates you. Thank you for being awesome and tuning into our shitty show to get you through your long overnight, hopefully not shitty shift. But if it is a shitty shift, it's going to be all right. Tomorrow morning, the day after, is going to be fine. Frankenstein Studio says, thank you so much, by the way, Frankenstein Studios. I love your work, by the way. I don't care what the villager said. I saw perfection in Frankenstein. What would it take to get Jay to go to Waverly Hills? Literally the Pope coming down and blessing me with holy waters and his hat. I don't want to go there. I don't like doing that shit because I don't want attracting the dirtiness to me. Okay. I mean, the spirits. I don't like going in there and fucking with that shit. Okay. I'm just saying. I know some people are like, I don't, it's not true. Fuck you. I'm not fucking with it. And it's weird because Ghostbusters is like my favorite movie of all time. And I'm scared shitless of ghosts. 100%. If I saw a ghost, I would drop 2 loaves off my butthole. And no investigation would be found. Dan Heron is what I said. Thank you so much. Volleyball champ. Love you guys. Congratulations. I don't know the reference, but the volleyball champ, unless you're talking about Mike, I don't know if he's a champion. I know that he plays it with short shorts and you can see his camel toe. But if he was a champion or he has been a champion, that's congratulations. Or you're one, good for you. Austin C., what do you guys think of the theory that the 2 versions of Vince will be released the same day? One in theaters and one on Peacock. Wham forever. Thank you, man. We just talked about that, actually. I don't believe they're going to do that. Mike actually explained the theory to me. I feel like it's just too risky for them to do that, to move forward with that idea, because I think it would cause a lot of strife and anger among fans if they realized that they were seeing 2 different versions of it. And, I don't know. I feel like it's so icky. Like we're trying to squeeze money out of you because now it's forcing you to go and see a different version of it. I don't know. I just think it could backfire really tremendously. So I don't, what I think that Jamie Lee was saying, literally what she was saying when she said, you're going to want to go see it in the movie theater and then go back home and watch it, was that you're going to love it so much that you're going to not, you couldn't contain your tits because you're going to go want to watch it again on your home screen. I think that's what she meant, but that's just me though. Bat Beast, thank you so much. Oh, Jesus, Bat Beast. It's got little devil horns, and you look kind of like the lead singer of Savage Garden, and I dig it because I love Savage Garden, by the way. I don't give a fuck. I love Savage Garden. He says, what up, guys? So in a video JLC did, she said, no spoilers, but you might want to see both, referring to a theater and on Peacock. You think she's hinting there'll be 2 cuts, so we'll see one on Peacock and the other in theater. Again, and I mean, Mike's gone over this as well as I various times. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I mean, obviously I could be wrong. It rarely happens there, sir, but I could be wrong. But I don't think they're going to do that because it's very dicey. However, if it does happen and we see 2 different versions of the movie, specifically with how it ends, I mean, cool, I guess. I mean, it's kind of nifty. It's kind of janky, kind of though. I don't know. I just don't like it. It kind of screams, "We want more money from you." I mean, I know they would try to pull it off as creative, but it's not really, because it's like, Well, I already paid, my membership fee to Peacock on the cock, and now I got to go pay more money at the theater to get fucking another version of it because, the studio gods demand it. So, the Bat Beast was the last one I left off with. Literally, the last two were literally asking about that theory about the JLC thing.
Okay, perfect.
So it'll be after Bat Beast is the next one.
Okay, I appreciate that, Bat Beast. By the way, thank you.
Yeah, he also said your wiener looked really tiny in that Speedo.
Well, it's because it is. Okay, how about that?
And I told Bat Beast he could suck that ass.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll be back.
All good things. Okay. All right. So, God, my face is fucking big right now. Jason Perez, thank you, sir, says, hey, have y'all checked out Chucky Season 2 trailer? At a lot of CP Child Play 3 vibes, and Glenn, hope you're having a great night. Appreciate you too. Hey, thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. I actually reacted to the Child's Play 2 teaser on the Patreon because we were late on. I did like 4 trailer reactions before I went on vacation and put them on Patreon. And I liked it a lot. I thought it looked good. I thought my only thing was, for me, the main kid just kind of, I hate to say this, but he kind of gets on my nerves. I kind of wanted to go away from that story a little bit. He was good. It was just that he's just always got this face on that's like, like all the time. But no, I'm excited for the Chucky Season 2. I thought the first season was shockingly good. I can't wait to see it, man. And it did have Child's Play 3 vibes where they are at the school and shit like that. That's exactly what I said too, man. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate that, man. Joey, thank you, dude. Joey Henderson says, Aquaman moved to Christmas 2023, months after The Flash, and Ben Affleck being in Aquaman 2 is a little suspect. Talk about restoring the Snyderverse, am I right? Hey, look, Jay and I, as you guys know, we love Zack Snyder, and we were all about restore the Snyder cut. And I think there was a lot of people in that community who did bad things that they shouldn't do. But I think there was a lot of people, always the silent majority, who were just good people who just thought that WB fucked up by screwing over Zack Snyder, and they screwed him over so fucking hard. That being said, the stuff that's coming out, like, and I would love to see Zack Snyder come back and do his Restore the Snyderverse. I really would. But a lot, there was a portion of that group that's now like saying that like everyone's like framing Ezra Miller and like all this crazy shit. And I've seen some really bad stuff come out of some of those people. Again, it's just a chunk of those people, but it's just unfortunate. But that being said, I would still love to see the Snyderverse restored. And with Zaslav, I'm not going to say I agree with the things that he's been doing, but they're doing a lot of shit. It definitely seems like there's the opportunity, there's a chance somewhere in the darkness of night that these people would be willing to go back and restore that. And maybe that hinged on Henry Cavill coming back. And we've heard that they asked Henry Cavill to come back and he said no. So maybe that put that baby to bed. But the Batfleck stuff coming back is crazy. I would still love to see Ben Affleck's Batman movie. The only thing that they've said that I don't like is that he said, not the only thing that I don't like, but what I really don't like that they said is he said he wants to do the Marvel thing. He wants to make a shared universe again. And I'm like, how many fucking times, Warner Brothers, is it going to take for you to get the hint? People liked Joker. People liked the Batman because it felt different from what Marvel is doing. So trying to create this, I want 9 movies, shared universe, all this shit like that. It's just like, God damn, y'all are going back. You're doing good and you're wiping away that board. One shot, stuff like that, just doing whatever the fucking crazy stories you want, letting directors have their vision, and you're going right back to the same old shit. So we'll see what happens, but I'm suspect about anything Warner Brothers does, because the fact that they're gonna shelf Batgirl, but they're gonna be like, oh, but what Ezra did's fine. Like, I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. And my excitement for the Flash, and I feel bad for Andy Muschietti, and I feel bad for so many people working on that, but it's just, who knows what the fuck they're doing, man. But there's definitely a lot more of a chance of the Snyderverse coming back than there was a couple months ago. That's fact. You're not wrong about that at all, Joey. I've so fucking lost hope in them ever getting it right over there. The Masked Met. Thanks, man. I'm a Braves fan, but that's okay. Boys, how are your hammers hanging? Slightly to the left. I think one ball's also bigger than the other, but other than that, good. Do you guys think the killer? Do you guys think Killer the dog got the wrath of the nunchucks, or what happened to him was the story Brian tells? And maybe I am stroking the fuck out. Do you guys think Killer the dog got the wrath of the nunchucks, or what happened to him was the story? Are you just fucking with me right now, or are you on peyote? I have no idea what that means, dude. I'm sorry, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know. Wolf of Elm Street says mint old and new lives. Typo, sorry, it bugged me. Oh, I get what you're saying, man. No worries. No worries. It happens to me all the time. I need a fucking edit button on Twitter for sure. Nicole 18 says just became a Patreon member under the last name Bell. Hey, fucking thank you for that. Hey, and by the way, if anybody's interested in that, there's tiers $5. It goes from $5 up to $25. And you, $5 tier, you get access to fucking almost 100 commentaries, all these new videos. I'm putting up a bloopers video of the skit we did yesterday that's going to be on the Patreon. There's tons of fun shit just in the $5 tier. And then this weekend for the higher tiers, we're doing a Patreon stream. It's like 3 hours long. We get fucking nuts. We play music. We literally sing and fucking do all sorts of crazy shit. We do a beer chug. It's a blasty blast. So check that out and just have a look-see at it. But hey, welcome, Nicole. Thank you. That's fucking awesome. Jay Dia with the fucking just coming in here all the time, just being a fucking sweetheart. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate that. Can't stay. I'll catch y'all on the replay. Just want to say I love your faces and have a great show. Hey, we will, partly, and thanks to you, my friend. Thank you so fucking much. Hello. Oh, he doesn't have his headset in. Thanks, Jay Dia. Really appreciate that. Hey, you can't hear me? It's on. They can hear me.
No, I'm just kidding with you.
Now, you motherfucker.
You do it to me all the time. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get one back.
You piece of shit. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, Dimitri?
All I saw was Inky. I know. Well, I'm still on my screen where I haven't caught up where you're at, but I didn't notice that Inky the Alien said middle-aged white women love Target. That is so fucking true.
That's a big fucking
That
fact.
is the fucking truth. It's like they congregate there and they're going to have a lemonade stand afterwards in the parking lot. It's so, and they're going to talk about that one bitch at church. I swear to God, it really is. White women, middle-aged white women love Target. They love Target.
Dude, I worked there when I was 16 and oh my God, just it's like if you're single and young, it's like the best place in the world to work. It's just nothing but middle-aged white women.
That's true.
That's true. Katie Sidebottom. Hey, it's good to see your fucking face, Katie. We love you so much. Says Mike, I don't want to alarm you, but Ghostface is right behind you. What?
I want to see what your butt crack looks like. I mean, not that butt crack.
I want to know whose ass I'm smelling. Thank you, Katie. We love you so much. Dropping in a piece of movie news in the middle of this while we're catch up on the super chats. Very fucking pumped about this. I haven't actually read the article yet, but this is good news in the land of what's coming to streaming and who's coming. Am I coming? All that good stuff. But this is great fucking news. Evil Dead Rise, which was supposed to go straight to HBO Max. They said, hey, it's going to go straight to HBO Max. I was like, oh, all right, that's fine, I guess. And then HBO Max shit started happening. It's like, oh my God, is this going to get canceled like Batgirl and all that other shit?
Yeah.
Now we hear, and Bruce Campbell said a while back that it was testing so well that they were considering putting it in theaters, but then that seemed unlikely for a little bit. But here we go. It's going to the fucking movies. That's
great
awesome.
Fucking news. But I want to know who the fuck got a picture of my ex-wife's mugshot.
To be fair, it does share some
it really does. I mean, that tanning bed will fucking kill you.
So
man.
It says Evil Dead Rise will release. Oh, we have a fucking date too, finally. In theaters on April the 21st, 2023. So nice. January, February, March, April, 4 months after that's good too, because like October, where we got Halloween, now we have Hellraiser, we got all this shit. It's jam-packed. April is like a sweet spot, man.
I love
That's
it.
some nice looking forward to's. It says, this is an incredible show of confidence from Warner Brothers, and recent test screenings have indeed suggested Evil Dead Rise is a winner. Stay tuned for more. And then it just goes through the regular stuff. So that's fucking awesome. And if you guys don't know, Evil Dead Rise is a whole new story. It involves around the Necronomicon. Again, a whole new story of characters. And it's going to take place in a skyscraper, which makes me think of Poltergeist 3.
That's exactly,
Carol Ann,
get on the elevator. Jesus.
How many times are we going to say Carol Ann?
Hey, I love it. And, obviously it's disappointing that Bruce Campbell's tenure has come to an end, I guess, but because I always feel like the Star show, Ash versus Evil Dead, was so fucking well done, but they left it on such a cliffhanger note. I think it was 3 seasons, they left it on such a cliffhanger note. I kind of wanted them to do one more movie with Ash with Bruce Campbell, just to kind of wrap up the ending of that series, because it literally is on a cliffhanger. But either way, I think it's great, man. And to be honest with you, and I think we're both the first to admit it, we kind of cockcod all over Evil Dead the remake when it came out for whatever reason. I don't know what we were so PMSing about, but we were so PMSing. We were such bitches,
we were bitches.
And then after but I literally have watched that movie, the remake, several times, and I love it. And I even went the as far as to buy it so I can watch it. I literally watch it like every at least once a year. I think it's great. So I'm excited I'm just excited the Evil Dead franchise stays alive. That's what I'm excited about.
Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. I totally agree with you, man. And this one sounds so good. And it sounds like it's going to be, to me, it sounds like a spiritual follow-up to the Evil Dead remake, just where it's a new cast. You know what I mean? I know that was a remake, but where it's a new cast and it's a new story, they're really being smart with it because they're not pigeonholing themselves and saying, oh, we're going to use the same cast from the Evil Dead remake and we're going to use Fede Alvarez again, or we're not going to try to follow this up. I'm with you. I would love to see them wrap up the show that got fucked just because it was on Stars. I'm telling you, if Evil Dead the series wasn't on Stars, it would have been a hit.
Yeah,
if it was on HBO or Netflix.
I don't know why you end it like that. I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, like at all. It literally ends on such a cool. You're like, oh my god, the next season's gonna be killer, and then they're like, nah, we're good. But you know, what's weird is is that Evil Dead is the last franchise in the world that I thought would have got new legs. New legs. He's got new legs. I really, without Bruce Campbell, I just think I thought it was dead in the water. I was like, "There's no way." And now, I'm glad to see that it's still surviving into the future. Because I'll tell you what, they can make that movie scary as fuck. Because if they make it like Quarantine, and they make it where it's like, oh my god, dude, that could be like dope.
Yeah, I think Evil Dead has the perfect chance to do just telling the stories around the Necronomicon. It does what like movies like Halloween and stuff want to be able to do. They can just tell new stories and you can refresh it and you could do it different, like what they did with Prey. I mean, you can do that with Predator. You can go anytime, any place in time, anything. And Evil Dead has that ability. So I think the Evil Dead franchise to me is on a huge upswing for the future, especially if this movie works good. I think we might see a lot of Evil Dead sequels after this one.
Well, I think it's one of those franchises that deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it gets enough respect, man.
No.
Michael Parton says, I think Pinhead is going to look more grimy as a woman with pins all over her body. That would be kind of dope. Yeah, she's just in the nude.
Yeah, but it's weird because Michael, I mean, I don't know, for a lot of guys when they're watching, they're like, am I supposed to be scared because all I am is turned on? I'm going to be calling someone right now. Like, I'm not saying that she's a madam, but she could be. But yeah, we'll see. They could listen. You're right. Like, dude, especially if they make her herky jerky. I hate fucking herky jerky ladies that are in horror movies, like in The Ring or The Grudge. I don't like that shit. I never have liked that shit. And I never will like that shit. So they do something like that. It could be very scary. But again, I think it's one of those things. We'll wait and see. I'm trying to reserve judgment because again, I'm not one of those. I've not even watched the new Obi-Wan yet. And all I hear is negative reviews about it because it's so terrible. But I'll make my own opinion on that when I watch it. So, but we'll see.
I'm so sick of it, man. Anything that's popular, it's just everybody's got to turn it into some fucking political bullshit. Colt Kaler, thank you, sir. Says, did y'all see the new Killer Klowns from Outer Space game? No. Dude, I saw the article, but haven't looked at the actual video from it yet. The news yesterday was so crazy. But yeah, they're doing a full-on fucking Killer Klowns video game, dude.
Holy shit! I mean, do you get to play the clowns or do you have to play the survivors? That's the question. Because it'd be cool to play the clown, and then you have to like kidnap people and turn them into goddamn cotton candy so you can suck them. You imagine making that pitch meeting to like fucking EA. It's like, hey, I got this great game. Like, yeah, what is it? It's Killer Klowns from Outer Space. You remember that movie from the 80s? Yeah, I remember it. It was kind of funny. Oh, we're thinking about making a game out of it. You get to play the clown and suck people that are turned into cotton candy.
Hey, let's check it out together. Actually, we'll do this with you guys live right now. We'll check out the article, and I think there's maybe a trailer on here too. Let me see here. Share screen. Yeah, this one, and I'm going to share the audio too. So hopefully it's not too loud, just in case. So Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game invades consoles and PC in 2023.
Oh, I like that.
And it's got a check that out, dude.
We saw. I mean, yeah, that almost makes me feel like you are the clowns. I mean, maybe, but I mean, I'm just saying, if it's like the Friday the 13th game where you're like survivors and you're trying to hide and run from the clowns, but I think it would be so cool if you were the clowns hunting those fuckers down. But it could be but again, Friday the 13th is like that. I mean, the game is where you get to play Jason or one of those campers. So
let's see what they say. They may say that in here. For consoles and PC, it says you can sign up for the beta now. Based on the iconic 80s film and a battle between killer clowns and the citizens of Crescent Cove, team up and use your wits to harvest humans or save them from the alien invasion. So there you go. It's like Friday the 13th.
Smart idea. Yeah.
Or the Evil Dead game. You can play as killer clowns as you cooperate in a team of 3 players, utilizing their outlandish abilities and weapons as you hunt humans, or you can fight back as a team of 7 humans from the Crescent Grove. Pick your class, explore the city for valuable loot and weapons, avoid getting captured by clowns, and try to survive.
I like it. That's actually a very simple and straightforward way to make it appealing for everybody. Because I would love to play as the clowns because I think that would be the most fun. But I love this picture and the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, and it looks like. And I know that they're in the movie, but the fat guy and the little skinny guy. Do they not look like? Have you guys ever seen Ernest Goes to Jail? The fat security guard and Bobby, the skinny one. He's like, Bobby. They look just like those. They look like them. I don't know, but yeah.
Let's check out the trailer together. These dude, the graphics so far, just from the still shots, fucking look amazing. And I hope they have that same score too. That would be amazing. They have to, right?
I love that song.
That's the only way. Let's check it out together.
Maybe you should mute it because if that shit's gonna we can get shut down in the middle of the stream.
See if there's any classic music. I will. It looks good.
Get that out of my face.
Damn. Ooh. Holy shit.
Is that Detroit? Oh, there we go. So. Oh. Oh, dude. That's
okay. There's
awesome.
The music right there.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's
badass. That's badass. I like that. Oh.
I had to mute it so we don't get kicked out of the stream, guys.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's exactly like Friday the 13th, the game.
Dude, they're carrying around those giant cotton candies filled with fucking blood. Those things always creep me out so much, but I wanted to eat them too when I was a kid.
They look so tasty.
That looks fucking awesome.
I always wanted to suck on a human. The thing is, I like what they're doing here because I wonder if you're going to be able to in the multiplayer. If there's going to be able, like, if there's like I don't know, say 6 survivors and there's 3 clowns that are chasing them. You get to play like 2 other people get to play as the clowns and work as a team to kill all the survivors. Because Friday the 13th only had obviously Jason. You could only be Jason. Somebody, you selected. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities there, but it looked.
That's what it said. It said 3. It said play as 3 clowns. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me. Oh shit! I just clicked on the wrong thing. Where you going? Where you going? Come back to me, Jim. But no, it says, you can play as the Killer Clowns as you cooperate in a team of 3 players. Or you can play as 7 human citizens. So 7 humans, 3 clowns. That's fun. Yeah. I dig it.
That's cool. I don't usually pay attention when people are talking to me about things, so I missed it.
It's okay. I know. It's all right. And look, here's the thing. I fucking love Gun Media. Like, those guys are so nice and they're so cool. And the way they run that company, which is, by the way, based right next to us in Lexington, Kentucky, the way they'll treat their employees and all that shit, like one of the fucking most raddest dudes ever that the group of dudes that do that is and the team over there. But just my personal gaming, I'm more of this is what I hope the Halloween game is. I hope it's a first person type of thing. The only multiplayer team up stuff, I'm not dissing it at all. It's just not my jive typically. You know what I mean? When I go like Evil Dead, the game, I bought it and then just didn't really play it because it's just like that. I like to be immersed in a story and stuff like that more than I do the multiplayer stuff. That being said, this looks like something you're going to have to at least play, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's really fun.
Yeah, dude. Those guys, they like. I feel like Gun Media respects the fan base and they respect the source material, and it shows in their products. And I like the new Ghostbusters game is getting ready to come out in October. Spirits Unleashed, and that's mainly a multiplayer game, and I'm actually fucking stoked about it because I want to play with other people that are like just as geeky for Ghostbusters as I am, and I want to run around and do the proton pack. So I mean, I feel like it's cool. Like if you want to play as like a clown and you get to like randomly hook up with 2 other guys, It's fun.
I love randomly hooking up with two guys.
I mean, it's the best. It's the best Friday night ever. I mean, there's no doubt, and there's no need for alcohol. But I think the only thing is well, actually, it's part of the experience when you when you play multiplayer. It's like, dude, come on, what the fuck are you doing? They're obviously going around the shed. Go around and trap them, and me and Bubba are gonna go and kill them. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just exploring. Okay, you guys could be assholes on your own, but I'm a sensitive clown and you're pieces of shit. So now I'm just gonna let the survivors win. I like that. I like the unpredictability of multiplayer. That's what's fun about it. I don't know.
And you know, I like multiplayer action games. I like to be multiplayer, but it just, for me, when I think about a horror game, I really want to be just alone, turn up the fucking volume, have it be dark. You know what I mean? And like Alien Isolation type of shit. Yeah. Like I really want them to start doing that. But that being said, I mean, for the fans of those kind of games, that looks amazing.
I'm more of well, I've always been more of a single player game or a single player story guy. I love like the giant RPG games with like that's focused on a single player experience. But at the same time, I mean, there's no way they could probably make this work on a single player experience or Friday the 13th. I mean, you could play with the idea, and I'm sure some of you guys that are smarter than us would come up with great ideas. But the reality of it is, it's a really smart move to put it on multiplayer because there's so many people that can, you know, connect and do this whole experience with one another and that are fans of the movies. I don't know, man. I'm excited. It looked good as fuck, though. Overall, it looked really good.
Yeah. And actually, honestly, now that I think about it, when you think about Killer Klowns, it's that fucking movie is built for a multiplayer game. Yeah. That wouldn't be as fun as a single player. So I just ate my own words there once I thought about it. But you just got to be honest. Gothic Girl 202, I love your picture as well. Thank you so much. Says, what was your guys' first ever horror movie you watched?
I think it was a Disney movie.
Lion King. That shit was impressive.
No, I don't know what it was. No, it was Nightmare on Elm Street. I talked about, I got to watch it when I was like 7 years old because there was a sweet old man that ran a video store in the town I'm from called Downtown Video. And no, it wasn't sexual at all, even though it sounds like it. And he didn't know what he was renting out because he was like probably fucking 80 years old. So my brother and I went in there and got like $10 from my mom. And I think we had heard, I don't know why we rented Nightmare on Elm Street. I really don't. And maybe it was because we had heard our uncles talking about it and we rented that. And it was just in a black case. All the movies that he had were in black cases. And he's like, oh, you boys like scary movies. like we were renting like fucking.
How'd you like them extra sloppy?
We were like renting like Dracula from the 1940s. Like one of those old and he was like, yeah, I like scary movies. I grew up with the Mummy. And we went, we watched it. And then the night after I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 1, my fucking fish in my aquarium sang to me, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And then I killed him with cologne.
That's true. He actually killed his own fish. This man called the ASPCA.
Well, they were possessed. I was doing them a favor, getting them out of the world. I did that. I actually was a kid. I didn't know any different, but I mean, I did kill them.
It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any.
And I'm here on the DS now, and I'm telling you about it. Fuck
Something's
Aquaman.
in my ass.
That's the first
mine was Child's Play 3. I was at a kid's party and they're like, we're gonna watch a horror movie, and I was like, oh my god, I bet this rules. And I watched it and I was like, this shit ain't scary. I'd punt that motherfucker. So that was my first experience with horror, was fucking Child's Play 3 of all things. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Behind the Fiends, thank you very much. Says, we were talking about the woke narrative in media on my podcast. My co-host owns a comic shop, and he was saying that Warner DC is slowly moving on from that. So there's yeah, you can tell that DC hopefully is definitely fucking.
I feel like there's two different
whole
there's two different camps. Marvel Disney is not. I think Marvel Disney is moving towards shit, but I feel like it's one of those things for me. I just look at these companies and they're like, at some point we have to address dropping sales. We have to address people like just not watching our shit anymore or buying our content anymore. When are we going to stop doing that? And I think maybe Warner Brothers is a company, hopefully, or at least Warner DC, as far as a comic book company, is understanding that. However, they have done some questionable things lately that, you know, and again, you can play with their alternate. They're not true storylines, but making Bruce Wayne bisexual, Fucking stupid. Get over yourself. He's not bisexual. Tim Drake is gay or bisexual. He was not. That was another lazy ass fucking writing attempt. What I feel like the problem is these companies are hiring morons to write their shit that don't understand that the woke little small minority crowd on Twitter is not your fan base. They're not the ones that are going out and spending their hard-earned money. And half the time, these people don't even want to fucking buy your books. They don't want to go see your show. They just want you to do something to show that you're in solidarity with their whatever beliefs may be. But at the same time, Warner Brothers seems like they're a little bit smarter than Marvel. But at the same time, we'll see. I mean, because Marvel also, dude. And by the way, I'm just going to point this out. I don't hate anything where there's a lead, where it's a lead female, or if it's a lead transgender person, or if it's a lead homosexual man or woman, whatever. It doesn't matter. What I believe in is literally there are a multitude of different characters that they haven't even touched. Okay. And I've read comic books. I literally started reading comics when I was 11 years old. There is a multitude of characters that come from different backgrounds that have different variety about them that they didn't even want to put on the big screen. Static Shock from Warner Bros. Or Static. I think his name is Static. He's a black dude that has got awesome powers. You never seen a movie of him. Never seen a movie of him. Not once. Not once. But you want to go and play games with other characters that are established. I feel like I think it's an injustice to not only those communities that want representation and this pandering bullshit they do. I think it's also an injustice to the overall fans that just want to see their characters brought to life on screen. But I will agree with you that I think that Warner Brothers is the one company that's doing, at least I guess they are moving away from the idea of like, well, let's go ahead and make sure that the one group here that were screaming at us on Twitter are satisfied while we make sure that all the other people are fucked over here on the other end. So but we'll, who knows? I don't know. I don't really read Warner DC anymore. I don't really read any comic books anymore because I got so sick and tired of the pandering and the tokenism that is going on. And that was why I was done.
I refer back to the both can be true thing again. Like I think that representation should matter. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a bunch of groups who have been ignored for a long time, and just like you said, like those comic book characters and stuff like that never got to shine. And I think those groups of people matter, and they should be able to see people who look like them or feel like them on the big screen. They should have that treatment. Absolutely. I just happen to think that there's a way to do it, and what people do is they go, "Hey, we made Black Christmas and we made it all about female empowerment, and we didn't pay any attention to it. We just slapped it out there, and you have to love it. And if you don't pretend it's the greatest thing you've ever seen, then you're a racist, sexist piece of shit." Yeah. I mean, both can be true. There's both camps of that. Some people think that just because we gender flip something or we sex flip something, then you have to like it, and we'll throw out a piece of shit. Or you have to, because Prey has like Prey is the perfect thing. Oh, it has a female lead in it. Half the comments are, "Oh, it's woke fucking garbage. I won't watch this shit. How dare they fucking make a fucking woman in a fucking movie like they've never seen Alien."
You sound like Uncle Red. You sound like Red Foreman.
That's how I hear those. Yeah, worse though. Like, yeah. And then the other side of it is like, there's people going, "It's the greatest film of the past 10 years because you just don't like it because it has a female lead." And it's like, well, both of you shut the fuck up and just be normal for 5 goddamn seconds and quit fucking bitching about everything that happens. Take it in as a fucking singular product. I don't care if they gender flipped or did whatever. Take it in as a singular product. Watch it. If it was good, say it was good. If it sucked, say it sucked. But don't fucking piss on our heads and tell us it's fucking raining all the time. I'm so sick of it all.
I agree. Literally, Mike and I talked about this a couple of days ago. We were talking about that. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know there was a controversy around Prey. I was like, I was like, okay. And then I watched it. I'm like, it was an all right fucking movie. I didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world, but did I give a shit? Did I not like it or not like it as much as other people liked it because it was a female lead? No, because the beginning of it's fucking boring. That's the problem. I didn't look at it because it was Predator is genderless. I mean, the whole fucking thing doesn't matter. It's literally whoever your heroine or hero is in the movie. Yeah. I could care less. The fact is, we are all guilty of this, by the way. A lot of us are. We've gotten so far away from like, is the movie fucking good?
Yeah.
Versus why, where everybody's concentrating on identity politics and this or that or this or that. It's like, can we just get back to making fucking movies and stop the horse shit because at some point it's going to wind up ruining the movie industry because people are like, we can't even make a fucking movie. Dude, Jamie Foxx won't even fucking release a goddamn movie because he said people can't even laugh anymore, which he's not wrong about. By the way, it's some words of wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie Foxx literally did a fucking movie in 2015 that he can't even release because he's like, people don't know how to laugh anymore, so I can't release it because if I release it, I'm just going to get attacked by fucking social groups on Twitter. So fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no win. There's no winning. There's no point. Actually, there's no point even. We always get caught up talking about it, but like, there's no point even talking about it. Like, you're never going to please everybody. No one's going to fucking be happy, and everything sucks. But Chris Gayton, Ninja Gaiden. Mike, thank you forever for recommending Dinner in America. Oh, dude, that movie fucking rules. One of my favorite movies ever. Jay, thank you for knowing the Batman is the best Batman movie ever. That's wrong. He says you are objectively correct.
Thank you, Chris. You are also a smart man that I will see you on the steps with Socrates and Plato, and we will discuss philosophy into the clouds.
Chris,
you are correct, sir.
Jay really wants to change his opinion on that after he watched it with me again. He was really thinking, "Oh, this isn't the Batman movie." I could feel it in your.
You put your hair back in your cap because that's not true.
You know it's not.
You fucking
know it in your heart and soul. It's not.
I don't believe it.
Liar whore.
I don't believe it.
Scott has diabetes. Says ends will do just fine with ticket sales and merch. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna fuck. It's Halloween, man.
Yeah,
and they make these movies cheap, so.
I don't think I'm not worried about a Halloween movie not making money, especially by Blumhouse. It's not going to not make money. So,
yeah, what I really want, though, what I was really hoping for, and this is the only reason that I'm not bummed out about it, but if I was bummed out about it not going straight to theaters, what would have been fucking awesome to me is if the movie broke box office records again like 2018 did, which was unlikely anyways. But if Halloween had come out and just fucking ruled the box office, just did amazing, just happened to be that sweet spot, then we would have been talking about, whereas right now we're clearly going, is it going to be 10 years? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 3? Yeah. If the movie came out and went gangbusters in the theaters and box office, we would have been like, we know we're getting one in the next 3 years. We're getting something Halloween in the next 3 to 5 years. No doubt about it. Take off your panties, spin them around, do whatever you got to do. We're getting a Halloween movie within the next 3 to 5 years. I think that option's been taken off the board now. So that's the only thing.
No, I don't know. I think we will. I still think we will. I don't. Obviously, Blumhouse is going to move away from it, but Halloween will always be one of the most popular franchises in horror. Period. And people are. Directors and screenwriters are going to love that material. So I think maybe 5 years seems like it's appropriate amount of time between Halloween Ends that we get another one. I mean, what it'll be will be, whatever, but as long as they don't remake the fucker and make it stupid, like completely dumb, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I think me and Mike have talked about it before. I think honestly, what a challenge would be to any writer and any director is take what, the piece of shit they left on your front lawn that their neighbors did clean up. That is Halloween Resurrection. Okay. This dirty diarrhea dump that no one has cleaned up in years. Go clean that up and make us a sequel in that storyline. Go do that. Yeah. I want to see it. I want to see Halloween 9.
I wouldn't even mind a fucking series that literally was made for the built-in Halloween base. And you could do this because it's a series and the Halloween fan base is fucking huge. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a series that was like 10 episodes that went, and you could call it Taking Shape. You could base it on the books. And what you could do is you could go back in and every episode, I mean, it sucks that they would only be an hour, but maybe do like a Fear Street thing even, and maybe make them an hour and a half, 2 hours. Fuck, they did with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And it's, you can make Halloween movies cheap because it's a dude with a knife and he's chasing babysitters, I would love to see a series called Taking Shape, and every episode was one of the unmade Halloween scripts that are in the books. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the crazy ones that we saw. That would be fucking rad.
That would be cool. I think it would get expensive though, because some of those fucking in those storylines and Taking Shapes were expensive as fuck.
You'd have to work, but I think the show would be so fucking huge. Maybe the first season is 5 episodes.
I would love to watch it. No, but it's also one of those things. It's like, but you always want to see Halloween on the big screen.
Of course.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like if they did Batman, right? You got Gotham, which I know I never really watched Gotham, so I don't really know. But I know that a lot of people loved it. But you always want to see Batman though on the big screen because they could have taken the Batman character and made him a TV show for like 3, 5, 100 years.
I think here's the thing though. If I'm fine with both though, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, the Penguin show that they're doing, The only difference between Gotham and this is Michael Myers would be in this. You know what I mean? But as far as the continual storyline was going, like Halloween 9 or the Halloween reboot or whatever, as long as that was still coming out in theaters,
that's
and it's
the
very
main
possible
thing. That was it. That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, because if the show took off, Halloween's gonna start to get bigger again. It's gonna be in the mind. Not that it's not big enough, but if the show took off, then you're absolutely gonna get one on the big screen, and then you have the best of both worlds.
Well, that's what we were talking about. When we even brought up the Loomis Files, it was kind of the same conjunction with that. Yeah.
There's so many cool things they could do, man. Ling Long says Violent Shit is an 80s German slasher movie made by Andrea Schnaas with 3 sequels and reboot. Fuck, dude, I never heard of this.
That's crazy.
I never heard of this.
And Ling Long's nose, because he has a long ling. And
that dude's got a big ding.
I'm gonna, hey man, I don't that's how, you know what? The title alone got me. You had to be at Violent Shit.
That dude's got a huge dingus. Chris Gayton says the race switching Gordon and Catwomen were and it worked. I'm a lefty and like how you guys aren't whiny and insufferable like the left channels, or angry contrarian like the right ones. Love you. And hey, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, we're not like, dude, I mean, honestly, as far as like our political beliefs, we try to keep it as neutral as possible on this channel, because I mean, obviously, who gives a fuck? I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion. You're gonna have your opinion. I have my opinion. Your goddamn cat's got an opinion. Your dog doesn't want to go shit out in the yard and he's pissing in your house because he believes in libertarian and whatever. I don't care. But yeah, you're right about the Gordon and Catwoman thing. Well, the Catwoman thing. Well, as far as the black, yeah, of course. I mean, they did a really great job in the '60s with in the Adam West series when they did. Obviously, she's one of the sexiest Catwoman ever. And then Halle Berry was one of the sexiest, even though Catwoman sucked balls. And that wasn't because she was black. It was because it was a terrible fucking movie. But Gordon in the Batman did a great job. It's not because you see it through color lens glasses or anything like that. I feel like it's just because like you grew up with an expectation of a certain character, and even other people of different colors or races or genders or religions or whatever will be the same way. They'll be like, yeah, I looked at this. I feel like this, but Peter Parker, he's a white boy from fucking New York in the 60s, and that's what he was. But I appreciate your sentiment, man. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's so stupid anyway. If I vote or think this way, or you vote and you think this way, like, who gives a fuck? We're still like friends. I mean, who gives a shit?
Yeah. I feel like we're lost as and this, I'll be very brief. I promise we'll move right back on into movies, but I think like we're lost as a society where we have to feel like we have to wear a fucking uniform. You got to either wear the left's uniform or the right's uniform. I go back to the quote from Donnie Darko when she's like, no, that's not how the exercise works. You need to put the thing in the fear or the love. And he's like, human life is more complicated than that. There's gray areas. Like, I feel like forcing people to choose between the whole issues of the world, from a fucking abortion to goddamn wokeism to goddamn movie casting, to pick one side of those is directly it's looking at you and saying you're too stupid to decide for yourself on these issues, so just pick your side. Do you want to do what your uncle does and your dad does, or do you want to do what your weird Aunt Carrie does? Like, these issues are way more complicated than that, and there's no way to fix the world if you just divide us all in fucking half. And it's just ridiculous how stupid and culty people get about it. We used to not give, they're old fucking white people. Who gives a shit what they think? Care. You know what I mean? Like, we used to all hate politics, and now we're all like, I know,
dude. It's like literally when you were like politicians.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, politicians. It used to be like, man, I hate them all. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you what. It's the only goddamn job that what it's like $100,000 a year. You sign up for $100,000 a year when you go in as a senator, and these motherfuckers walk out multimillionaires. Now you figure it the fuck out. Democrat or Republican, these motherfuckers walk out multimillionaires. Now tell me, how does that happen? Okay, you're only supposed to be making $100,000 a year, and you walk out and you got that Donald Trump kiss my dick money. How you got that money? Because you're a fucking crooked, motherfucking greedy ass piece of shit. They're all fucking pieces of shit. They don't have your best interests at heart. They want to fuck you in the asshole and make as much money as they can and get the fuck out of the office. They are the biggest gangsters, period, point blank. And these motherfuckers will make the NWA look like a goddamn Boy Scout club if you knew what went on.
And that's both sides, by the way. That's both sides. That's both.
No, I was saying both sides. I said Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
They both are fucked. So
100%.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Frankenstein Studio. No worries, Jay. I'm ordained. I'll bring the holy water. Funny thing is, I'm ordained and Jay's ordained. We both married each other to our wives. Bring that
holy water. No, I said I gotta wear it's gotta be the Pope himself, and I'm not even Catholic. The Pope himself has got to come down from his mountaintop in his castle and give me a literal fucking like whiskey bottle full of holy water that I can drink, and then let me borrow his hat for the evening, and then I will go through Waverly Hills and I will feel comfortable and okay. And if he was going to let me borrow his pajamas that he wears, I'll do that too. But if it's only giving me the holy water, I'm okay. Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit, man. I don't.
Oh shit. Bubba Gump says, first I squeeze really tight, then I let loose.
You that scary movie too? I squeeze really tight.
Oh yeah.
Watch my fanny. Fanny coming through. I see you iron the first piece.
Take my strong hand, child. Ryder says, have you heard of the Kevin Bacon movie They Them? Yes, have not watched it, and it was solely because every review I said was like, this is a bad horror movie, and that's
I haven't watched it. No, the last Kevin Bacon movie I watched, and I actually was just telling my wife about it because I want to watch it again. Is the You Should Have Left? I thought he did really good in that movie, and I think that movie was pretty well done.
That was good. That was underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of people shit on that, but that was good. And Kevin Bacon's got an amazing horror IMDb.
Yeah.
Muzzy Films, thank you so much. Says, would you rather run from Steve Carell on PCP through an empty H2 hospital or stay a night in the dark well with the Ring with Willem Dafoe? I'm gonna pick Steve Carell because I think he would be cute on PCP.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna go into the bottom of a fucking well with Willem Dafoe when I know that goddamn guy's on cocaine. There's no way. Like the only way
fancy me cooking, don't you?
Yeah, the only way I'm gonna go into the ring, the well with Willem Dafoe is if I know I can literally walk up walls and like just constantly keeping out of his reach. Yeah, Steve Carell on PCP through an empty H2 hospital because I know that Steve Carell would do that parkour thing and I would know where he was every time.
He would chase you. He'd be like, Kelly Clarkson!
But I can like hide somewhere and he'd be like, parkour! And I would know that he's in the left wing of the hospital and I'm fine.
Michael Parton says, I'm happy about the Evil Dead Rise release, but this delayed Salem's Lot indefinitely. Yes,
I heard about that.
Going right back into the movie news. Thanks, Michael, for bringing that up. That's a thing I had pulled up here, which I will gladly share with you now. It says here, I haven't read this once again yet. It comes from Buddy discussing the Salem's Lot remake is once again without a release date. It says, in the midst of many big-time changes over at Warner Brothers, we've learned tonight that Salem's Lot remake has been bumped from release yet again. Originally set for September 9th of this year, which we knew wasn't going to happen at this point. It's likely they're trying to figure out what to do with the movie and whether to bring it to theaters or to streaming on HBO Max. We will report more as we learn it. It was produced by James Wan, and the director of The Nun and Annabelle Comes Home wrote and directed it. Well, he also directed the new It remake, so that's better than the other two I just mentioned. But
I mean, you know, it sucks, but I think they just want to get it right, and I'm fine with delays. If they just want to make it right, if they're like really concerned about making sure that they get the right script and they get the right story, or
the movie's made.
Well, not the movie's made. The editing. I mean, maybe they want to go back and shift some things around because you can fuck this movie up, which they did with Rob Lowe. If you guys go back to the early 2000s, Rob Lowe had they did a Salem's Rot, which it was a Salem's Lot, Salem's Lot reboot, which was in essence a Salem's Rot cock reboot.
Salem's Rotten Cock.
Yeah, in the 2000s with Rob Lowe, and it was terrible. It was a fucking awful movie. So I feel like what they're trying to do is they're like, all right, well, we're going to delay it, but because maybe they're trying to figure out what the landscape's going to be too. I mean, that's also what it could be. I have high hopes for the remake. I think they did a really good job with it. And I feel like they're gonna. I think that's what they want. I feel like they're thinking to themselves, It 1 and It 2 were good, like major successes. So we want to stay on that track and not fuck this up. So, because you could really fuck this movie up easily. I mean, look at that fucking face. That guy looks like a Mentos commercial.
Man, I got to go to the dentist to get some fillings done, and I hope that my fucking
that guy looks like he got dentistry done for the Marilyn Manson concert coming up. He wanted
to do this shit backwards, man. Well, only thing I know about Salem's Lot is that at CinemaCon where they showed the Halloween Ends trailer, they also showed a Salem's Lot trailer at CinemaCon, and apparently it blew people away. The people who saw the trailer for Salem's Lot at CinemaCon were ranting and raving about how fucking awesome it looks.
I hope so.
That makes me super disappointed. I just hope they don't do another tax write-off situation or something like that.
Well, no, I don't. I think it's going to definitely come. I mean, you again, how much money did It 1 and It Chapter 2 give them? I mean, they made a fuck ton.
And not just that, Stephen King's a huge property. Horror right now is just as big as Marvel movies and DC movies are. Like it is. That's why we eating good as fucking horror fans right now. So to take a horror property and move it off the release schedule seems insane to me. I think it'll end up a theatrical release unless it's bad and we just don't know it yet. But we shall see. We shall see. Yes, indeed. Thanks, Michael, for bringing that up, man. Lightning Ghost, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Says Sean Cunningham gave an update of Friday the 13th. I will Google that right fucking now.
What did he say, Lightning?
I'd love to see.
What did he say?
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Thank you, Google. We'd be useless
no, he's not lightning.
You.
It's a lighting ghost. He just lights the way for other ghosts to follow him.
Lights out. Hang on. Let's see. Past 24 hours, nothing. I'll go past week.
Maybe he knows Sean.
I can't. I'm seeing nothing. When I type in Sean Cunningham Friday the 13th, I'm not pulling up anything lighting. If somebody could hit us up with a link in the chat, if anybody knows what he's talking about, we will definitely pull it up and we'll talk about it. Thank you for bringing that up. For sure. Ryder and my fitness conciliere, Michelle, says getting fat, but I'm going to eat Chinese food anyway.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Ryder. We feel you on a spiritual level as well as an animal spirit. There is nothing more satisfying in this world than eating some fucking Chinese food, getting that sweet and sour chicken or that General Tao chicken and just gorging yourself and also having an egg roll on the side. Fuck what people say. Do it.
I'm not a Chinese food guy. I never have been. I love food, but I've never been a Chinese food dude. I love
Chinese food. Dude, Chinese food is so good, goddamn good.
It doesn't do it for me, man. G Stokes, once again, thanks, buddy. Says, what are the chances of the fight scene between Michael and Laurie in Halloween Ends trailer being the opening kill scene to the movie? I'd say 0 to 10%. And it would be Laurie, obviously, who dies. But what do we know about this movie? Think about that. We know that the movie is spent partly with Laurie's narration because she just wrote a book or she's writing a book, that she's in a better place than she was before. I highly doubt we'll see Laurie die at the beginning of this movie. I just have that feeling. But it's possible.
You know what, G Stokes? It goes back to that argument that someone said, what if Michael only shows at the end? And this is the worst approach they could do. If Michael and Laurie have a fight at the very beginning of the movie and he seemingly dies, all right, and then the rest of the movie is her narrating how her life is better now and she's trying to repair relationships and bullshit like that, and then he resurrects from the dead at the end.
Bitch, you thought.
To finally kill her, yeah, and that's what he says when he comes out. Bitch, you thought. And then he kills her, and then that's the end of the movie. That is the worst fucking approach they could have ever done with this movie. I don't think it's going to happen because I think that there would have been drippings if they had done the test screening of this, and they would have been like, oh yeah, the biggest fight scene immediately is the very beginning of the movie. They're going to say they want this juicy morsel to be where you're like invested in the movie, and then this happens. Yeah. So maybe it's like where they build up Laurie. Maybe she's getting better. Maybe she's got like less stringy ass hair and she looks like not Melissa Etheridge living out in a farm, and she looks like normal Jamie Lee Curtis. And then she thinks everything is fine. And then Michael pops up, and then they have this big epic fight scene. I think they're going to do it in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. And I think also look at the marketing. The marketing is, which I actually disagree with. We watched Wilson Cleveland's trailer. To me, that was dripping with atmosphere and scariness. The trailers and the advertising we've gotten so far for Halloween Ends has been this very like Freddy versus Jason, the final battle, Michael or Laurie in celebrity deathmatch. And I'm like, you guys are telling us the movie's not like that, and you're telling us that the movie is very, I want to say like kind of artsy fartsy or whatever. Like you're telling us it's different and all this stuff like that. But then in your advertisements, it's all the final countdown. One will survive. Like, it's like, I think you guys are, I'm not sure what you're doing there, but like, if one of them died in the first act of the movie, I feel like that would supremely piss people off. The people who either showed up to see Michael or the people who showed up to see Laurie. I think that would piss them off more than you want to piss them off. Well, and would just paint the movie poorly for people's experience.
We've actually had Andy on the show a few times. Andy Matejcek.
Matichak.
Well, I'll call you what I want, Andy. But yeah, we've had her on the show, and honestly, if she were, I know people are going to get mad about this. I swear to God, and it's not because we met her and we talked to her a couple times, but I mean, even before that, she was very, very well. Her character was well written out in Halloween 2018 and expanded on pretty well in Halloween Kills. If Laurie Strode died at the very beginning of the movie or very early part of the movie, and it was just about Allison taking over that role and having a final kind of battle with Michael, or not a final battle, but like a confrontation with Michael, I'd be okay with it. I still think that it should go out with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael. The end of the movie should literally be that, because it makes sense, because it's been 40 fucking years. That should be the end of the movie, because it's been 40 years for a lot of the fans too.
I would very much love to see, and that's the only disappointing thing about this for me. This being the last movie of this trilogy, I feel like we're never going to see what Allison could have been. And
I know.
Andy Matichak is such a great actress. If you guys haven't seen,
her son.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Son, check that out. I would love to see her character really have time to get. That's why I was disappointed a little bit when I heard about this Corey character taking over so much of the movie. I'm like, man, I wanted to see Allison really like
killed it.
Yeah, because she was so good. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. That was one of my biggest disappointments, though. I'm checking the. I'm not seeing any links from you guys as far as the Friday the 13th stuff goes. All right, you ready to flip a coin for PP time?
No, because you went first. Let me go now.
Oh, you don't even want to like compete now. You just want, all right, let's just do it anyways. And then like, you can go either way, but I just want to see.
I'll call tails again. I'll keep with it.
All right. It's tails. See, you didn't have to be a quitter. You could. I'm
just bleeding from my fucking finger, so I gotta go.
Oh, what'd you do?
I don't know. It was that beer will bite you.
All right. It's got a cut. All right. Oh man, someone just I'm getting ahead of myself on the super chats, but I did see someone mention Gary Busey. We got to talk about that. That's a wild fucking situation, Gary Busey. We will get to that. I promise. We'll catch back up on where we were in the super titty chats, and we're scrolling. Enhance. Brandon right? Cock and balls. Brandon Houston. Thank you so much. Says, sorry I can't say much, but I love you, Mike and Jay. Hey, you don't need to have a mouthful. I mean, some people like to, but you don't have to. Appreciate that, man. We love you too. Really, thank you for that. Austin, what's up, dude? Good to see your fucking face, man. Thanks for that. Says, how you guys feel about comic characters in the comics changing to fit the movie characterization, power set, mannerisms after their film gets popular just to sell more comics? Not a fan myself. I do see what you're saying. I'm a guy, when it comes to my comic collecting, who goes randomly every couple months. I can't afford to like follow up with the stories the way I want to, because goddamn, they got expensive, didn't they? $4.99 a fucking comic book, and that's before you get into the variant covers and all that other bullshit. But I like to just, because I like the feeling of going to a comic book store, a brick and mortar comic book store, and purchasing it and getting it in the bag and walking out. Plus, you support a really cool thing. I want my kids. I miss the fact that I can't take my kids to rental stores and stuff. So I like to support that when I can. So every once in a while, I'll go buy 3 or 4 or 5 comic books and do that. But I have noticed that, like, when a popular character comes to the movies as a comic character and then you buy the book and it's changed, like, does anybody in their right mind read Deadpool as anything other than Ryan Reynolds? I don't. Every time I read Deadpool, I'm Ryan Reynolds. So that's a little bit unfair, because Deadpool basically is fucking Ryan Reynolds. But I think it's not even their fault, Austin. I don't think it's the Marvel or DC's fault. When a character is popular, we all see them as the character for the movie. So the comic changes, because I think we would have seen them that way anyway, and maybe it wouldn't have been well received otherwise. But that's a great fucking point. It is weird when that happens. And that has to suck for the hardcore comic fan who's really loved the character they had, and then maybe the movie changes it, and then the comic changes to fit it, and you kind of lose that character that you love so much. Damn, that's a really good point. That must fucking suck when that shit happens. Behind the Fiends says, this year's the 35th anniversary of Monster Squad, by the way. I've gotten to know Andrew Gower, Sean from the film. I'm going to email you his contact information to have him on your channel if interested. Hey, I love Monster Squad. Jay fucking loves Monster Squad. So do that shit, man. That'd be fucking awesome. Thank you for that, Behind the Fiends. Appreciate it. Gangster bro. Enjoy this $1.99. It's from mom's credit card. You'd be surprised. That's happened before. I won't bring up any certain situation, but us and another creator found out that someone was doing that using like somebody else's card, and we were mortified about it. And it was like this crazy thing. It was wild. It was some kid who just like got a hold of grandma's credit card. It was just going nuts. Oh, that sucks. We hated that. Like we figured it out though. Latrell 316, thanks, man. Says definitely want a current 1978 looking movie after Ends. Again, so many places they could go with Halloween. One of the very easy things to do to whet the appetite of Halloween fans without beating to death the standard person at fucking Kroger, you know, the non-hardcore people with Michael Myers and getting them fatigued over it. The easiest thing in the world to do, man, I swear to God, deep fake Halloween 4, deep fake Halloween 5, put the original mask over those movies, re-release it into theaters, or at least onto Blu-ray 4K or whatever. In the meantime, between Halloween Ends and whatever new project there is, you can rake in fucking money. You can really whet the appetite of your hardcore fan base. And if you re-release them in theaters like they did with Star Wars and shit like that, I think you do good, especially if you release them over the next few Halloweens. I think it works. But as far as the next movie goes, if they do the original 1978 mask, I think Christopher Nelson proved that it could be done and done fucking well. Those flashback masks are amazing, and he crushed them. I mean, they're beautiful. And it shocks you that through Halloween 2 was closer, but like from Halloween 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and Rob Zombie's Halloween mask was pretty dope, but it shocks you to look at what Chris Nelson did with that mask. And he literally recreated for current lighting and current times that 1978 mask in all of its glory. And then you look at all these movies couldn't do it. They tried and couldn't fucking do it. I think we should, as much as people bitch about Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills and this and that, I think that there should be, and not just because, you know, we get along with him or whatever, but I think Christopher Nelson, what he's done with those masks and the flashback masks has gone underrated for sure. Right?
Deaths.
You want to fuck?
Yeah, I do.
You trying to fuck?
Yeah, I was when I sat down here. Okay, so it's Hardy. Okay. I think that's it right there.
I just pulled it up for you.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, because okay, so yeah, I'll do that one.
I'll be right back.
All right. So, Hardy 1298. Thank you so much. Says your thoughts on Saw 10 coming out next October. The Saw franchise is fine. It's fun. Spiral sucked big dick. I did not like Spiral. I felt like they were trying to go. They went a little too. I don't know what Lethal Weaponish. I don't know. Well, not Lethal Weaponish. It just didn't feel like a Saw movie. Spiral, like what they did with Spiral was they were trying to take itself way too seriously, and at this point in Saw, like no one is doing that. So I'm excited to see how they're going to continue on with the series. So I'm excited for it. I don't mind it. I'm kind of happy about it, to be honest. Let's see here. They call me Stamps. Hello, sir. They say, I decided for this October I wanted to watch some popular horror movies that I've never seen before. So far, I'll be watching Alien, The Descent, Hellraiser, Fire in the Sky, Lost Boys, and Jaws. Well, sir, you're going to have a hell of an adventure and definitely need a therapist right after if you watch all of these back to back to back to back to back to back. I mean, that's just the facts, Jack. But Godspeed in your journey. And those were all fine selections. Might I recommend, though, after watching all of these films, that you watch something happy, like, I don't know, Sound of Music, to get your thoughts in a good place. But yeah, those are all great. And I can't believe you never watched those. I mean, but that's cool, man. I mean, I almost want to watch them with you, because you've never watched them before. It's always cool to watch movies, especially horror movies, with people that have never seen the movies before. It's always cool, because I always do this thing when I watch a movie with my wife or something, and she's never seen it, I always do this thing. I always look over at like certain parts in the movie. I'm like, how are you reacting the way that you should be? Like, I don't know, but yeah, that's the great selection. Great selection. Wyatt Atlee, thank you as well. Got out of that new Orphan movie, and I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to anyone. Well, that's awesome. I haven't seen it. Mike is raving about it. He thinks it's better than peanut butter, but I have not seen it. But that's cool, man. Maybe I'll check it out. The first one was really good. I really did enjoy that movie. So that's good news. I'm glad that you liked it, Wyatt. Howard comes in with the Kool-Aid Man pick. How you doing? Says Loomis, I heard Gary Busey. Oh, says Loomis, I heard Gary Busey grabbed you at a con. No, he tried. He tried. And then, you know what happened? He fell over because he was high on drugs. He collapsed like a mannequin, pushed from behind. Easy to outsmart Gary Busey. Gary Busey is literally a mannequin. Strong wind pushes him over. Not good. Idiot. I heard about all that shit. It's fucked up. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much, Howard. Arthur Vega coming in. Thank you so much. Hey, Mike and Jay, enjoy the channel. I'm hoping Halloween Ends is good. And random question, what do you guys think about the Harry Potter movies? Well, you came to the right dude here, because I don't think Mike likes Harry Potter. But I enjoy it. I like Harry Potter, the film. I actually read the books and I watched the movies. I thought they were well done. I thought they were pretty cool. I didn't like that they split up Deathly Hallows into 2 parts. I did not like waiting for the second part of that series, but I understand why they did it. Daniel Radcliffe did a tremendous job of playing Harry Potter. Could not ask for a better Harry Potter. I like that, but I've always liked those kind of movies. So, but I really, as far as the books go and the way they translated on film, I think they did a really excellent job. And I really do enjoy the Harry Potter movies. I haven't watched them in a while, but it's always weird for me because I'll actually go back and I think if I go back and watch the Harry Potter movies, because I hear all the time people are like, well, I always watch them at the beginning and then watch them all the way through. I can't do that. So I think I start at like the Order of the Phoenix, and maybe the Order of the Phoenix or the Prisoner of Azkaban. I think I might start there, and then I go into the rest of it because I like the more older, adult-ish versions of Harry Potter when they start telling the stories versus like going back to the Sorcerer's Stone and things like that. But yeah, I like Harry Potter the movies.
I don't.
Hi. No, I literally just told him, I was like, you asked the right guy at the right time.
Yeah, I can't do them, dude. I can't. I want to because I love fandom and stuff. I just cannot get into them. I can't do it.
So it was Arthur Vega that I left off at. So it's Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
Next.
Pumpkinhead said, would you agree that It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 have the best kid cast of all time in horror? And do you think both It movies are close to perfect?
That's saying a lot there, Jim.
That's strong words, John.
I mean, I don't know what, like, I will say that as far as the It movies or the It movie, I mean, I feel like the television series did a really good job of telling that, and obviously they had a great cast. But as far as the greatest kid cast ever, I mean, are you going to leave out the Goonies or Monster Squad? I mean,
technically Stand By Me sort of horror.
I mean, yeah, right? I mean, I don't know about best kid cast of all time. As far as like them being almost close to perfect, what I feel like is the first one was really, really well done, and it was really cool because I think they were just telling a story and they weren't taking themselves super seriously. And then the second one, it kind of got like, yeah, I mean, you got what's his name as one of the main guys in it. What the fuck's his name? The comedian from SNL. Oh my god,
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. And even Bill Hader, I think he went on a talk show and says, yeah, horror movies don't really scare me. I just laugh at most of them. And I was laughing at Pennywise most of the shoot. So I don't know. That doesn't really help.
Yeah, I would say no. I don't think it's the best kid cast of all time. I'd have to look. I mean, the kids from Lost Boys too. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff to go. So I would say no on the best kid best of all time. Both It movies are perfect. I think neither of them are perfect. The remake was pretty damn close to perfect. I thought the remake was fucking fantastic. The first It movie
was really good.
The miniseries I like better, possibly because it was just so fucked up. Even if it was corny at times, how they did it, it's still just, to me, there was a different level of fear there and the realism of it. But I think they did a great job with both of them. It Chapter 2, haven't watched it since the theater. Haven't seen it since the theater. I did not love it, you know? I thought they went a little too Guardians of the Galaxy with it Chapter 2 for me. But still, they both did a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
Anthony T says, "Hey guys, love your channel. Do you all have OnlyFans accounts?" Yeah, I'm jerking off daily, man.
They're secret accounts.
Yeah, I'm Dick Wolf on Grindr from Law and Order. Dick Wolf.
my name is Ramrod. Ramrod.
That John Denver's full of shit, man. Colton Candler, thanks, buddy. Says, did y'all see that Conor McGregor's going to be the new Roadhouse remake as the bad guy?
I did.
Already a bad sign.
Well, yeah, but Conor McGregor can play that fucking part. Like, I think he could play that part. He already knows he's hated, so it's not really that much of a stretch for people to be like, I fucking hate you. So I feel like he's just embracing like what he is. Like, it'd be no different for me if Mayweather was the bad guy that in a Creed movie that fucking Rocky had to beat or something, because Mayweather is such a fucking piece of shit prick. You'd be like, yeah, I want to see that motherfucker on the ground. So Conor McGregor as the bad guy, I think it makes perfect sense, and kudos to them for picking one of the best bad guys they could pick. Yeah, 100%. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. I think that's a good idea. Like the guy they got in the Roadhouse, the original with the mullet, like that thought he was like kung fu expert. He already annoyed me when he first comes on camera with his blue jean fucking baby jean shirt and it's open at the chest. Like that guy's full of shit. You know, that guy did a couple of Taibo videos and he thinks he can fucking really do karate. So Conor McGregor is like that guy. Like, dude, he's that guy. Like, I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Like, yes, Conor McGregor would be a perfect bad guy in a movie, and it works for Roadhouse movie because he's so fucking hateable. I mean, the guy's a piece of shit. Like he knocked out an old dude in a bar. You know what I mean? Like he's by all standards just a piece of garbage juice. I mean, if you find him entertaining, that's fine. But as a person, he's a piece of shit. The only thing I don't like about it is that if he does good as a bad guy, that person who I don't like will be revered and liked for it, and people will enjoy it, and he'll get more money and all that. So I hate that from that aspect. But as far as someone whose face you want to see fucking punched in a Roadhouse movie, yeah, Conor McGregor fits that title perfectly.
Yeah.
Now the next one here, this is great. I'm putting this up in the poll for the chat because Jordan Leggett says Van Damme in Bloodsport versus Arnie from Predator in a street fight. I'm going to make this a poll in the chat for you guys right now.
That's a good idea. That's a great one.
Yeah, because it's a great question, man.
But it also reminds me of that. Like, you guys ever seen that Steven Seagal interview when he was like, "Who would you have in a street fight?" And he's like, "Okay." And the guy was like, "All right, what about Michael Jai White?" He's like, "Can I laugh in your face?" Like Steven Seagal, like every fucking person they brought up, he's like, Jean-Claude Van Damme was like, "Can I laugh in your face?" And he's like, like Steven Seagal literally thinks that, like, he invented not only Buddhism, but he invented karate.
He's such a cunt.
I know, and it really is sad to say because he was a childhood hero, and I still enjoy his movies, but childhood hero, and then he turns into be a big fat ass moron.
Yeah, fucking from Russia loving, not they're all, but like Putin loving piece.
No,
of shit.
but it was one of those things. Like it makes you hate the internet sometimes. Like, man, don't ever meet your heroes.
Right? Yeah, and thankfully Van Damme is a cool dude. And stuff
yeah, he's
like that.
Cool. Yeah.
As far as who would win in this, I would have to say, damn, dude, like. I think Frank Dukes fucking wins that fight. Like, dude, he's just, I mean, Arnold is, but think about Bolo Young in Bloodsport. He was unstoppable, fucking huge force of nature too. And Van Damme found a way to take him out. I'm taking Van Damme in this one.
Well, I don't think you can not take Van Damme because Arnie is great in the fact, if it was a straight up brawler fight, he'd win. I mean, this motherfucker took on Predator like one-on-one, after his whole crew was decimated, and he ruled it. He won against an advanced alien species. He won, but at the same time, he didn't get a roundhouse kick that made him say "Mate," like in Bloodsport. I think that Van Damme would be too sneaky. Right? Yeah, Van Damme is smaller by sure, like 100%. But Van Damme is one of those guys that he's got the fucking kicks. He's got the length to outdo Van Damme, or I mean to outdo Arnold in a straight up fight. And the smarts too. I think it's going to be Van Damme. It's kind of like asking, would Michael Myers do better against Jason? Well, it depends on the setting too. So that's also you didn't say that, Jordan. What the setting is. If it's in the jungle, Arnold wins every day.
Yeah, because if it's on a Kumite mat, you give it to JCVD.
Because here's the thing. Especially you're saying Arnie in Predator. Yeah, it's really important to say what the setting is, because the setting is going to make the difference.
And the way I take it, when you ask when you ask for these things, I think the setting is like a boxing ring or an empty warehouse or something like that,
like a street fight. But I mean, I guess technically it's a street.
So in that case, it's Van Damme.
My ring's outside.
That should be an out suit. That pulls up in the chat for you guys to answer. We'll check on it in a minute. Lightning Ghost, who brought up earlier, he said Sean Cunningham gave an update on Friday the 13th, said Sean did a cameo for someone and said there's a new Friday the 13th coming in 2023.
That's cool.
I fucking hope so, man. I hope that's fucking true. Like, that's great news if so.
I hope, Lighting Ghost, you're lighting the way for all of us uninformed idiots that have been praying to the cockmasters of Friday the 13th to give us a new Jason movie since like time immemorial, because we've wanted one for a long time. Yeah.
You got to do it sometime. And think of it this way, man. Like, this is crazy. Like, if that's true, if he said that, and I believe you that he did, if he said that in a cameo, that means, what did we hear last? We heard that one of the producers said on one of the Bloody Disgusting's podcasts, one of the producers of the movie said that there is news coming soon about it, and that there will be one possibly soon. So that tied in with that means, what I'm hoping is that Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller are, because one has the rights to Jason, one has the rights to the name Friday the 13th, one has the US rights, one has the, whatever.
It's all spread out to hell.
The only way for them to really make it work, and the courts maybe were smart to do it this way, is for them to come together and work together. Maybe one sells the rights to the other one, or maybe they work together and they both come out on top from it. But either way, and I hope that's what happened. I think it's gonna happen. Like this.
I hope it does, man. I hope that it, like, the compensation is paid to the right people, and that everything stays the same as far as retaining the actual rights. For who was it? Paramount? I don't remember who did the Friday the 13th films.
It's Paramount.
Yeah, if they retain the rights to it, they just look. It's fucking Paramount. Just pay the goddamn guy money and make him go away, and then get the fucking rights. Like, it's worth it, in my opinion. If he was asking for $10 million, that's a small dollar amount compared to the amount of money you're gonna make in the next fucking 20 years on Friday the 13th films. Just do it.
Like I said earlier, horror movies right now are the only bankable thing aside from superhero movies theatrically. So do what you got to do. This is your time. Strike while the iron's hot. Suck the day's cock. Mm-hmm. Do it. Fucking do it.
That's on a fortune cookie.
Yeah, and I'd eat it. Sean said, when do y'all think the Patreon meetup weekend will be? So the issue with that is we had planned to rent this big house and do the Patreon weekend then.
That is.
But it just got too confusing. So that's still happening, and we're going to go to that, but that's not an official Wham thing. But the next meetup it's going to be at Scarefest again. It's just going to be a one-night thing on Saturday. The weekend of Scarefest, Jay and I have a booth there. And then that Saturday night, afterwards, we will find a location, and we will go there after Scarefest is over, and we will party our faces off. And that will be the Patreon meetup for this year. And just a Wham meetup. It's going to be the Saturday night of Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. So be there.
So Sean, come on by. Let's have a good time.
Let's get fucking nuts together in the nakedness. AC Star-Lord, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Something I want to bring up real quick, and we'll finish out the super chats as well as we end the show. But the last piece of movie news we wanted to talk about is some Halloween Ends stuff that we have not talked about yet, which is exciting in my fucking cock regions. And that is this. That is this new picture that came out from Fandango. That of Michael Myers in Halloween Ends. It says Halloween Ends, sinister new shot of Michael Myers previews the final battle.
I like it.
And so exclusively revealed via Fandango is this new shot. And let me pull it up there a little bit bigger for you guys.
He looks good. I mean, he's got a little crustaceans going on, not only with his hair, like he's using way too much gel to impress the ladies. But he's got the crustaceans around his face where the burn damage is happening. But it's still covering his fucking face. At least from this angle, his face is covered. So there's not like an exposed part of his cheek or something. I think he looks good, man. Like that shit looks like Michael's toasty and he's ready to do trouble.
Yes. And he's in a well wallpapered home. Like that's a nice wallpaper that he's got going on.
He looks like he's at like a fucking Holiday Inn stairwell.
Somewhere right now, Dave McRae is jerking off to this lighting situation. That lighting is fucking amazing.
I thought I heard something from Canada.
But dude, it looks I mean, it's just a shot of Michael, but it does look badass. The lighting looks amazing, the mask looks amazing. This is once again another rebuttal to, I don't know where the fuck this shit comes from, but we knew for a long time now this wasn't the case, but couldn't say anything. But people were out there spreading bullshit saying Michael's mask is like half missing and that it has stitches in it and all this crazy stuff. And as you can see here, and I think what we expected was that Michael Myers' mask was going to be a little kind of like it was at the very end of Kills, a little bit of the blood spray going on, a little more weathered, a little more crusty and fucked up, but nothing too crazy. And from what we see here and what we've seen from the trailer and what we've seen from the other shit, that lines right up. There's no stitching. There's no fucking mask missing. No. He's not wearing his mask. Is that Michael? Is that Corey? Is that a copycat? Who the fuck knows? To me, it looks like Michael. We'll find out. But all I know is that collar has been amazingly creased. Like, whoever's the costume designer,
they learned their lesson that you got to have the collar popped up and the mask must be tucked in.
That's just tucked in nice.
And they are doing a wonderful job here of not only representing Michael Myers, but also the Happy Days crowd that love the Fonz. Because I see a sexy killer with his collar popped out and said, guess what? Not only do I like rock music, I like to kill a bitch.
I'm sexy, but
I like that. I like
all right
that.
already.
All right already. Yeah, man. He looked good. That's a great dude. That side profile was sexy.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
And also, by the way, Fangoria just released, just said yesterday or today that they are having a hint at their or a cover reveal, I think, or something tomorrow for the next episode of Fangoria. We are reaching the aspect now going into September. The magazines who are going to cover Halloween Ends, like they did Kills, Total Film, Fangoria, shit like that. We're gonna get some good news coming in September from these features they're doing, from interviews, from magazine covers and shit like that. September's gonna be a nice little thick fucking grab for magazines and Halloween Ends news. So look forward to that.
I also think there's gonna be at least one more trailer that pops out.
Yeah. I think so too. There's got to be something. Behind the Fiend says, just sent you an email with Andre's contact info. Yeah, dude. They know a dude from Monster Squad. They're gonna put us in contact with.
Is that the Andre? I don't know. He's not Rudy.
It's been a minute since I read that, so I forget.
I don't remember.
But it sounded exciting.
He meant like Hunter the Giant, but I was like, he's dead.
Let's see who won. Who would win in a fight, JCVD from Bloodsport or Arnie from Predator? Everyone disagrees with you and me, and they say 65% of this audience says Arnie from Predator would beat the fuck out of Jean-Claude Van Damme from Bloodsport. Hey, that's just because Predator is more fucking popular. You all shut up.
No, I think it's also. I mean, it also been like it depends on setting, man. Like, I mean, again, if it was in the jungle or if it was a straight up, like you can't hide and you can't really do any kind of trickery. Maybe, but at the same time, if Arnie was on the Kumite mat with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnie take him down, man. I'm telling, or not Arnie, JCVD would take down Arnie 100%. He fucking fought wars. He fought wars in the ring.
Do you guys, Gogo Flamingo, thank you, says, do you guys watch UFC and did you see the fights on the weekend? Did not. I sometimes, if there's not sports on a Saturday and there's a fight, I will go on crack streams or like I will illegally stream it and watch it. I'm not a huge UFC guy, but I do appreciate the combat and the the competitiveness and the sport of it. It's just and I know Jay is as well. We're way bigger into boxing than UFC. But I saw the replay and that was crazy. That shocked everybody what happened this weekend. But yeah,
I'll watch like UFC Greatest Knockouts or something. And like I like strikers, but the way I was introduced to UFC was with like the Hoist Gracie days, where it was all grappling, and that was before there was weight classes. It was kind of weird. The whole fucking thing was weird. And I watched it, and I was like, but there's something about boxing for me was the sweet science, man. Like you know, you got to go 12 rounds. 3 minutes each and figure out your opponent and like, you know, judge, you know, and then set up the perfect shot. UFC's got that too, I'm sure. And my brother always tries to get me into it, but for me, well, and for Mike as well, it's not my cup of tea. It never has been.
Yeah. Everybody has like 7 losses. Like there's something about boxing when a phenom comes through and he's undefeated and unstoppable, like, you know, he's hard to beat. And then, and especially when there's another one and you know, they're heading towards each other. Yeah. Boxing got ruined by the promoters and the Logan Paul and all that shit like that. But like back in the day, and UFC is way bigger now, but like it just doesn't do the same thing for me. But I do enjoy it when there's a big fight and I'm interested. It's a fun thing to watch. It's just never really does.
And why I'm gonna give it up for Dana White too. Dana White knows how to control his fucking fighters, and he also is the only guy I know, period, point blank, that he'll say, okay, well, if you're the number 1 contender and there's a champion, you're gonna fucking fight him. There's no like goddamn. There's no way you can sneak around and go fight, a goddamn tomato can because you want to build your stats up before and wait for that guy to get old. No, you're going to fight the guy. If you got the belt, you fight the number 1 contender, which is what it should be in boxing. And Dana White, by the way, Dana White super fucking loves boxing and respects the shit out of what boxing did. He's super good friends with Mike Tyson, by the way. But he also said things before about boxing, which is 100% true. He said when the corruption got so high that boxing lost its spirit, that's when he tuned out.
Boxing, UFC's at an advantage because boxing has shown them everything not to fucking do. Mm-hmm. They have ruined that sport. Shane Omar, thank you so much. Says GOAT of professional wrestling. I say Hogan.
I don't think you're wrong there.
Strong.
I mean, Andre the Giant is Ric Flair. I mean, you got Ric Flair too. Andre the Giant, Undertaker could be in there.
I'm gonna say my favorite wrestlers of all time is probably DDP. But I'd say for me it'd be either Stone Cold Steve Austin or but I'm gonna go Randy Macho Man Savage as the greatest wrestler of all time.
Savage is up there. I would say and you know what, I don't even like him that much, but I'm gonna say that the wrestler that survived the transition from like the early 90s late 80s type of wrestling and then made it a career. And
Undertaker?
No. No, he is up there, but he's not the guy. And then made it a career after that, and then did something wonderful, and then and is remembered so fondly. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Do love
you never would have thought when he left the Rockers, and that he was going to be like, I'm just a sexy boy, because you'd be like, this guy's going to be out tomorrow. Like he took his image, his style, his wrestling ability, and literally took it to another level. And it's Shawn Michaels, dude. It's got to be Shawn Michaels.
I do love Shawn Michaels. My volleyball team is they were like, hey, we need a name. And I was like, Sweet Chin Music. That's literally the name of our volleyball team.
I mean, but Hogan is strong. Hogan, like there's nobody in the world, by the way, I can't wait to see that Netflix show with Chris Hemsworth playing Hulk Hogan. Whenever the fuck that's supposed to come out, because I want to watch the shit out of that.
I thought it was a movie. I didn't even know it was a show.
No, it's a show. And me and Mike love the what was that show? The wrestler what the fuck
Heels fucking rules, dude. If you're a wrestling fan, watch Heels.
If you don't know about Heels, get on your shit and go find Heels. And they're supposed to be doing a 3rd season, hopefully.
Michael Barton said, I hope they don't release Friday a Nightmare by the time all of us are in wheelchairs and walkers. We probably fucking will be by the time it actually happens.
We'll be like rolling up in this bitch like Professor Xavier and Magneto let out from the prison talking about it.
Dude, talk about fucking just wasting an opportunity, man. The way they're wasting it with Nightmare and Friday the 13th right now. Oh my God. Just what terrible. A wasted opportunity, dude. For real. Guys, that's our fucking show. We covered the news. We've gotten through the chats. That's the show tonight, man. That was a fun one, and almost we've maintained right about 500 people all night long tonight on a Wednesday
insane.
night.
Don't you guys have vaginas or dicks to suck? Why are you guys here? That's
I'm
so
gonna stick
cool,
my
though.
face in all of them.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
One more thing we forgot to talk about.
What?
Gary Busey.
Well, no, we kind of. Oh no, you were gone.
Was I gone?
Yeah, somebody asked Loomis's, because I heard it was pretty funny. It's like Loomis, I heard Gary Busey try to grab you at a con. Yeah. Well, listen, Gary Busey's. We don't know the full story. I'm not gonna say shit because I don't want to get in trouble legally. And he's denying allegations that were made. That, by the way, allegations that were made against him. But it's Gary fucking Busey, dude. Like, I mean, you get friendly with him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like getting friendly with a cheetah.
I feel bad for him, man, because the guy has brain damage. You know what I mean? Like from a motorcycle accident. And it's crazy. And I'm not saying I feel bad for him in this instance. If he did what he's alleged to do, that's all. You can't do that, especially when people are coming to meet. You know, they're paying together. You can't be touching and groping people. That's fucking awful, disgusting behavior. I just mean as an overall thing is all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for him in the media and stuff like that. But there was a video that came out the other day of him right after this, just sitting with his pants off in a park. He had his pants like halfway off and has like, I don't know if he was playing with his dinghy or what he was doing. He's just sitting in a park with his pants around his ankles. The guy is clearly troubled and not doing great. So I hope whatever works out there happens. But that's a crazy thing, man. And I'm actually surprised that this is the first time this has happened at one of these cons. You know what I mean? Like with the girls that walk up there and the different characters that are at some of them. And
well, you know, we went to a Scarefest one year, and it was supposed to be Gary Busey, and then Jake Busey actually wound up taking over the booth for his dad, and we talked to him because Gary Busey had some kind of medical thing. There's no way that Gary Busey is right, I guess, mentally to be out doing these kind of shows without like someone helping him or someone being there to watch him. You know what I mean? And you know, from what I read of the allegations, I think one of them was that he went into a bathroom and his pants were down at their ankles or something, and they were, you know, it's like 4th degree sexual assault or sexual. It's something, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the guy is kind of fucked in the head. I don't think he even knows sometimes what he's doing. It's very much like an older person that you have to keep an eye on because you don't know. And then that could easily happen to someone that you care about or something that has dementia, and they do something crazy and they're like, oh, you sexually, and they're like, no, he didn't mean for that. But of course, I don't know anything about it. I know what I read. I don't feel like Gary Busey intentionally did it, but that's my opinion. He's alleged to have done this, and now his camp has denied that this happened. But I feel like what I feel like this is a failure. I feel like this is a failure of his handler, and I don't mean like in a really. It sounds like really shitty when I say it like that, but the person that's supposed to watch him, or like you know, or his friend,
whatever happened, like we don't know what happened. It's very easy for anybody to go somewhere and say something happened that didn't happen. So, but I also don't want to put somebody that had something bad and horrible happen to him in a bad light like that. But it's the thing is, if you're not there, you don't know, and it is what it is. But either way, in a situation where a guy is in the middle of a park with his pants down, and you know what I mean, like you're absolutely right. I think whoever his handler is and whoever's putting him in these situations is probably the person to blame here. You need to be, if you're going to put him in these situations in the embattled state he's in, you need to be responsible for what he's saying and what he's doing
100% all the time,
and you need to be documenting what's happening as it's happening. So it's a sad story either way, no matter how you cut it. I should have brought that up because now we have to end it on like a sad point.
But I will say that Gary Busey fucking rocked in his heyday, especially in Under Siege.
Lethal Weapon. Matt Sherman, Michael passes the evil on to Corey or no?
No,
I'm gonna say fuck no.
No,
doesn't happen.
I don't want this to happen. Okay, I don't want this to be passed like herpes. It's done. It's done. Not Corey. Fuck Corey. Corey can go back to the fucking Slipknot band.
Or Boy Meets World.
No, wasn't the lead singer's Corey?
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor. Yeah, go back to fucking
Stephanie
Slipknot.
makes us play a song.
Put a mask on and play for music. Stop acting like you're a badass.
I'm gonna say absolutely not. I think Corey will have. I think somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody brought up a really good point about it. They said, or no, it was Wilson Cleveland in his trailer. Laurie's like, he's coming for his mask or whatever. What if Corey is just a fucked up kid who somehow finds a way to get Michael's masks and then and then maybe commits a murder in it, maybe doesn't, and then Michael comes for his mask and kills Corey, and then that's where it continues from there. That's what brings them back to Haddonfield. You know,
I don't even think he commits murder. I think he just uses the mask and like robs a Circle K,
just
and then he gets killed by it. Or
thinking about Judith. Yeah. Who knows, man? Corey Alexander said, heard the NWO takes out Michael and ends, dude, because you're mad. That's what pisses everybody off. Nobody wants the NWO to win. Bow, 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 bow.
Dude, listen, if Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall walked down a ramp from WCW and you had that classic NWO music coming and they kill Michael, I'll be like, this is the greatest ending for Michael I've ever seen in my life. And then you see Sting come down as the spirit to try to fight them.
Tommy Doyle holding old Huckleberry.
Oh, you thought I was going to save Macho Man Randy Savage.
Hey, this is our last live stream of this week, but Saturday night for Patreons, we are doing the crazy ass live stream where we just get fucking nuts and we play music and we do a beer chug and it's a crazy time. And if you're not up for that tier, there's fucking hundreds of commentaries, back behind the scenes stuff, extra videos, cool shit like that, signed autograph pictures, membership cards, all sorts of shit. So Patreon.com/WeWatchTheMovie. Just take a look at it. And if you would, click like on the video because that helps us a bunch too. Guys, we're fucking out of here. We'll see you probably next Friday. But we'll have videos up in between.
See you guys.
We love your fucking face. Hey, thank you guys so fucking much. The crowd tonight was amazing. Almost 500 people all night long.
I couldn't believe it.
Fucking amazing, dude. We love you all so much, and we are not worthy.
We're not worthy. The Hocus Pocus 2 trailer. Thank you guys.
We're not worthy. We love you guys so fucking much. Thank you all. See you soon.